Allow the children
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego die the political. My ego don't come. This one not the off in mind. My ego don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. My yegun don't come. My people make you shout. My yegun don't come. Man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego diary political. My ego don't come. This man not the off in mind. My ego
Hello there.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun Live. So thank you so much for joining us. Read the caption of the broadcast. The first thing you probably saw when you tried to join this session this evening, right? Then read the description as well. Like it, share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell everyone that cares to know that Mayegun today Ani Esuraki.
And yes,
Thank you very much.
very Facebook.
Who will rescue Nigerians from thiefnubu? It is an opinion on one of the Nigerian dailies. I read that and I'm like, well, they would have to rescue themselves by themselves.
And yes, right.
If not, it is going to be a generational disaster.
And yes,
It's already signed, sealed, and almost delivered. People are too tired, too weak. They are broken to even fight. As it stands, majority are just trying to possibly, live in a limbo or live in hibernation. Hibernation, like pretend that this is not even happening. And hopefully the 8 years will pass fast. Please share this broadcast, by the way. Nigerians don't hate oppression. They do not hate corruption per se. Most of them just don't like it when they are not the ones doing the oppression. Thank you. Bless you. Mutide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun Live. And we are starting tonight with this opinion of one writer in one of the Nigerian dailies. It really caught my attention that I read it. And I was like, there is nothing stated in that article. I'm not sharing the article, just a summary of it. Very interesting stuff, by the way. Like, who is going to save you from thiefnubu? Number one, majority of you did not vote for thiefnubu. In fact, when you had a chance of rejecting APC, you did. Unfortunately, your fate has been signed, sealed, and delivered to the bodilon drug lord, thiefnubu. It's pretty much like there's almost nothing you could do. Emefiole, as corrupt as he is, also tried to see if they could possibly stop thiefnubu. But what they didn't know then was that the institutions in Nigeria have been so compromised that those you would have reported thiefnubu to, they were already in his paybook. So now that he is in charge, now that he has managed to consolidate his state capture, and you have seen a lot of people as well who were once possibly like a closer supporters of thiefnubu, those ones that never came to the public in the first place. Some of them are now coming out of their shells by trying to jump into the fray and defend this calamity. The elderly people that used to speak out in Nigeria, I'm talking about the intellectuals, the intellectuals, those who always had opinions about how the country was being run. Majority of them today have become deaf and dumb. The younger generation that are pretty much loud and very critical of the failing government of APC, in Nigeria, they have been tagged, lousy, disrespectful. In fact, we have had the older generation that are pretty much forcing it and they're ramming it down our throats. That the way that we have the right to complain, however, it is the way we are complaining that they find a little bit, they find insulting. And they are saying it to our faces that if we continue like this, nothing is going to change because nobody will listen to us because we are so rude. So the younger people have been tagged enemies of Nigeria by those who were supposed to be the torch bearers. Those who are supposed to be the guide for a lot of the younger generation today have either compromised or decided to just go mute. Some of them have left Nigeria to probably go and stay somewhere else where they have their second citizenship. So Nigeria is currently in the hands of a thiefnubu and his gang. And the propaganda, which we said before, You can rig an election. You can use propaganda to get to power. But to run a country, you are going to need more than that propaganda. Nigeria is at the worst place ever. Most of your banks are already distressed. They are said the government is cooking up fake figures, fake data, sharing fake data to make themselves look a little bit better than what they are. Your banks, your businesses, institutions are cooking up fake data as well, to the point that you do not know what is true or what is a lie. Almost what is true, what is a lie anymore. So what many are now saying is that it is either this implosion happen quick, or the illusion and the delusion which they are selling to you every day probably will last longer than expected. In all of this, you are all cooked. The rich, who felt like maybe this won't even affect them that much, they are also sweating in this cold weather. They are sweating. They are like roasting. Reason is this: the entire space is so cold as we speak right now. And the economy is in the gutters, and the impunity in the system is at its highest. So who do you trust? You can't use an election to get rid of these criminals anymore. You cannot even possibly use the violence on them anymore. So who else is going to rescue you? Somebody said in that article, well, maybe the people, once the people get to know the truth, like the real truth, and they see the danger that they are in, including some of you who are currently business owners in that contraption, when you finally figure out and find out where you are in the whole scheme of things, where everything you hold dear is totally taken away from you, or about to be taken away from you, maybe that will be the time you will realize that the weapon fashioned against you, or what the poor are complaining about, is the same weapon fashioned against yourself too. Or the weapon fashioned against the poor is the same weapon fashioned against you. The elite in Nigeria, especially those ones that parade themselves as elites, corrupt, thinking elites, selfish, self-centered elite in Nigeria, the ones that love to throw parties. Yeah, the ones that believes that all they need is just to parley with any form of government, whether it is at the state level or even at the Abuja level. As long as their nest is pure feathered, then every other person can go to places. You are living in a bubble that is just about to burst. Nigeria elites, which usually, like we said, mostly nonchalant towards all this reality, if they can get their friends in government to sign out contracts for them, pay them the money that will kind of fund their lifestyle, they can look away. Here is what thiefnubu and gang they have done, especially to those of you who call yourself elites. The elites that are probably not, benefiting directly from this rot yet, okay? The devaluation of Nigerian naira is one thing that has wiped off, see this one, it has wiped out more than 70% of your, do you call that stock? No, they have a name for it. Your entire assets. I think it's assets. And some of you don't even know that yet. But in the next few months, there's going to be even more wipeout of your assets. Those of you who have foreign assets where you kind of fix some of your stuff out there, maybe you will be the last this thunderstorm is going to eat. But to those of you who have been putting together money in Nigeria, especially those of you who have houses, have lands, they tell you that all those things don't depreciate. Abi, here is something you should know. thiefnubu and his gang have destroyed Nigeria economy so bad, that some of you will believe that you have something saved somewhere. Number one, once your bank start collapsing, because that is almost happening now. Heritage Bank is one. there are other banks that are going to collapse very soon as well. And this is because the devaluation of your naira, the destruction of your economy, which they are now cooking up different figures to patch up, make it look like it's fine, is not fine. All right. So what then will happen is that a lot of you will know that you see that your house. I think I've said this before on this platform that majority of you parading yourselves as okay in Nigeria or averagely okay. Majority of you don't know that you are just one sickness away, one simple sickness away from poverty. You see those people that are queuing for bread, where you see people who actually have jobs. I'm talking about school teachers. Those people who have jobs, who pretend to have jobs, they can no longer feed themselves. They are now looking out for handouts, left, right, and center, just within a space of 16 months. By the time you get to the 24 months, or you get to the 36 months, and then you now get to the 48 months, which is 4 years, right? Some of you will now realize that, you see that your car, at least some of you already, you've parked your car now, you barely drive the car because there is no, some of you can't really afford the amount of what it takes to fuel the car every day anymore, every week anymore. You are now cutting cost. If it's not that important, you know they drive your car anymore. Abi? Now so it go be. You see, some of you will now realize what they have done to you is that it may be a member of your family, it may be yourself. One simple sickness. You are just one sickness away from poverty. And you see that your house that you believe that should be having value, you bought the house or you built the house and the value was how much? 20 million. Now it's worth how much? 50 million naira. Here is what they have done to you in case I can help. Or maybe I can help you tell yourselves the truth. You have a house. Because some of you will be like, Nigerians, they have their own houses. They have their own this and that. Great. That's fine, right? That's great. However, what if thiefnubu call you and his, economic saboteurs, the destroyer of Nigeria? What they have done is this. I'll put it on the scale for you. You see that your house that is valued at 50 million naira. Maybe 10 years, maybe 5 years ago, the value of the house was like maybe, let's say 25 million or 30. But now they are telling you that it is what? 50 million naira. Now let's put it on this scale. Your 30 million naira 5 years ago could possibly be somewhere around 20 to 25,000 US dollars. Hang on. No. 10,000 US dollars would be like 4 million. 4 times, probably 4 times 10. Let's even use that. Right? That should give you somewhere around $100,000, right? Okay. I'm going to need my pen. This is how I kind of do my own workings so that I can relate, so much with you. If back 5 years ago, your $40,000, let's use that. Your $40,000 will give you maybe somewhere around 16 million naira, right? Or 17 million naira. So let's double that. That could be like around $70,000 should probably give you somewhere around 35 million naira. 70,000. Today, if your house is now worth 50 million naira, right? That sounds like, oh, that's something, right? It is nothing. That your 50 million naira is now somewhere around 10,000 US dollars. You see, up to 10,000, where you have a 1,700 to a dollar. So the value there is that your 50 million naira, even though say you have appreciated in value, right? Your 50 million naira is now probably less than $20,000. So it simply means that your house, your mansion, or your property that you are like saying, if things go south, I have my house. It has lost more than how much? More than 50% of its own value without doing anything. And when they have to kind of, dispose it off, to care for your health, care for the health of somebody in your family, you realize that the value of it may actually even be worse at the end of the day. This is what thiefnubu and gang have done to you. They have done so much damages into the economy, the banking sector, and every sector for that matter, that a lot of you are living in a bubble. I'm talking to the elite now. You see, when I start shouting all these millions, all of us will not be millionaire. To concern us because they don't wreck us already in a way. But let's make it simple, in a simpler term now, okay? In 2015, right? 1 million naira in Nigeria was 2,000 or so dollars. We'll give you 1 million, or 1.5 million naira will be like 2,000 US dollars. It's quite more than that, probably $2,200. We'll give you 1.5 million. This was last year. I'm not talking about 10 years ago anymore. I'm talking about last year. When this rogue came in, 9 years ago, 1 million naira will give you 4,000, in fact, $5,000. That was 1 million naira 9 years ago. Today, 1 million naira. In fact, why am I using dollars? Let me use pound sterling, the one I actually understands better. 9 years ago, 1 million naira was 4,000 pound sterling. Today, 1 million naira is just about 435 pounds. So, within a space of 9 years. Meanwhile, even last year, 2023, a pound was somewhere around 850 naira. So, which means 1 million pounds, I'm sorry, 1 million naira last year under Bokuwari before thiefnubu came on, right? 1 million naira was like 1,250 pounds. This was something that was like 4,000 pounds 9 years ago. But as at last year, you will need 1,200 pounds sterling to get 1 million naira in Nigeria. Today, between last year and this year, 2023 May to 2024 May, all you need is just 450 pounds. And that's what will give you 1 million naira. So do you know what that means? It simply means that Nigeria, or Nigerian value of your currency and the value of everything you do or work for in that country, within a space of 9 years, APC, they depreciated your currency by more than 5,000%. From 4,000 pounds, 4,100 pounds or so, that gives you 1 million naira. That same 1 million naira today is just 435 pounds. And it's going to get worse. That is why when you run into trouble, not only that Nigerians will not be able to afford even Tokumbo cars anymore. Yeah, you will not be able to afford Tokumbo cars. They just bought this Big Daddy car. I want to use it for Uber. You won't be able to afford that anymore. Because imagine if you have to actually cough out 15 million, 18 million to buy a Tokumbo car. Won't you just go and look for 2009, 2007 cars? That is what they have done to you. So to those of you who are elites, who probably still have, the only people who can afford Tokumbo cars today, or even brand new cars, they are mostly politicians. Politicians and their friends. Maybe Yahoo boys can afford some used cars, not brand new cars per se. So that is what they have done to your economy. And whether you are still kind of jumping up and down, doing all this, your tribal this, tribal that, ethnic this, ethnic that, by the time you get to 2026, 2027, so many of you who thought you had houses, you would probably put them up for sale in Banjo. You will see people having to come and buy that your beautiful house. so that you can actually have money to buy your medication, to buy your stroke medication, to buy your high blood pressure medication, to buy your other, life-threatening medication, because people are choosing between eating or buying their medication. Imagine people who are supposed to be like on their steady life-saving drugs, right? But because they cannot afford it, they have to skip. People are skipping their medication. So people are dying in their own slow way. Others who don't want to die, who just don't want to die right away, they are selling their properties. They are disposing them off like that. People are falling into that abject. So when these guys are pushing this tribal that, the question is, if people know the mess they are in, if you know the type of mess you are in that contraption that these guys have done, would you still have that strength, that energy, right, to waste in fighting your tribal war, your ethnic war, which is what most of you are being distracted with right now? So when I saw that article, who is going to rescue Nigeria from thiefnubu? Some said maybe not yourself, but you are too weak, too tired, too hungry to even, They are selling one tricycle, Bajaj, for 1.5 million, 2 million naira. Okay? They are selling Okada for 1 million naira, 1.2 million naira. And you are hearing this million. But these are the things that the devaluation has caused. And it is not ending. So thiefnubu continue to tell you that his policy is reform. He's talking about reforms. His reform is going to take time. People should endure. Then you have people who they are giving 50,000 naira to, 20,000 naira, to come and tell you and force it down your throat that reform takes time. Now, Boko Haram don't destroy Nigeria before thiefnubu. If you know what they did to you and did to all of your, to your economy generally in the last 16 months, you won't have any energy to be shouting Yoruba Ronu, this one Ronu, or tribal this or that, or you'll be fighting for soup on social media. I'm talking to those young ones now. Your future is gone. Education is gone. They took away the subsidy on your education. So practically, there is no future anywhere anymore. There is no place that Nigeria is actually raising the generation for the future anymore. No. That one is like gone. What you are going to have in the future is going to be the future of a miscreant, the future of a fraudsters, the future for different kind of criminals who are going to determine the future of Nigeria. The level at which they decided to impoverish the people through some of these policy pronouncements. And they are telling you they are doing this because of you. And some of you are helping them repeat it. It's so alarming that when I saw the article, when that guy said, who is going to rescue Nigerians from thiefnubu? I'm like, I don't think anybody is coming to rescue you. The least you can get or you can have is the right information that shows you the type of mess you are in. Somebody tells you that no matter what, under no these circumstances, thiefnubu will do 80 years. Somebody like me will just say amen. Because what else can you do? When majority of you believe that it's already there, it's gotten the power already. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You just have to wait it out. In 16 months, they turn your lives upside down. And to those of you who are the elite, who call yourself the middle class, you know there's no middle anymore. There's no middle ground anymore. The last stroke that is going to break the camel's back for all of you, especially those of you who are benefiting from this rot. Like you have friends or you have members of their political this or that. You are one of those milking the system through the political connection and all that. Very soon, you're going to wake up one morning and they're going to tell all of you that there is actually no money anymore at the central bank for anybody to share. They continue to roll out different fake data. Investors in Lagos, investors in Abuja, investors in this or that. But the truth of the matter is that there is no real investor that is making any real impact in your economy as we speak. And these guys continue, right, to print money. And wherever they can see any forex that falls into the country, they loot it and steal it. And some of you don't know the impact of this, especially on some of you that have small businesses. By the time they are done with you, I think everybody will be asking the similar question. Who can't save us now? You would have to save yourselves. So you can still continue to push and kick the can down the road, pass the blame around, and your fault. Now that one fault. Now this person fault. Now that's here you get. Keep passing it around until you won't have anybody to pass it on to. I heard that some of those who are artists in Nigeria, the supposed giant of Africa with over 200 million population, that was supposed to be a gold mine for creative art industry, right? Where you have artists. All you have to do is just create something and you have the audience. But the audience is too poor. The audience is too poor, so poor that the number is absolutely like nothing anymore. The number that cannot afford cinema tickets. People are hungry. They are looking for what to eat. You are producing films. Then you probably end up putting it on Netflix. And on that same Netflix, they say, oh, you have Netflix. How many subscribers do you have paying for Netflix from Nigeria with this population? Hang on. How many people are actually watching Netflix in Nigeria? Oh, 80 million. How many of them are paying for Netflix in Nigeria? 2 million. 80 million, 2 million. That's a disaster. And they will continue to make sure to make the place shrink the economic space enough that those who are actually supposed to see you as an investment destination, no, they would rather just come and do charity. Like, you know what I mean? Charity. While thiefnubu and his gang are so busy borrowing left, right, and center, printing money, hiding all of that from you. Yeah? Not a single of these policies interested in recovering the economy in a way, at least start somewhere. No. All their actions, every action of theirs, right, is to further dip you in that mess. And I just don't know how to put it in words, into words for you. It has become a place where the dog, just eats dogs. It has gotten so worse that in my lifetime, I have read more news about ritual killings where people feels like they can actually kill people to make money, or they can exhume or mine skulls to make money because you are living in a place that is not real. Some of you don't even know that. So we know that of the poor people that has increased so much. What about some of you who can still afford things? But somehow, you don't know the danger you are in. If you look back very well, many of those who have turned to paupers today in Nigeria, 5 years, 6 years ago, these people actually had something going for them. Some of them had real job. They had money to take care of themselves. Today, everything is gone and they are wondering why, how. It's because of the policies of these rogues. They are still happy to tell you that they are floating your naira. The reason why they floated it is because they wanted floating your naira, which means it's a free fall. It's a free for all. And the supposed, middle class in Nigeria or the elite in Nigeria, they're taking advantage of that. Not to kind of benefit the country. No. For their own selfish share. What have you. So if you are still there, maybe very soon you'll begin to hear the news. Maybe some of your banks are already malfunctioning. Where banks, corruption in your banks, where they are now using people's detail to open bank accounts. Bank accounts that you don't even know exist, your details. They are using them to kind of open back so that they can spread some of their money laundering in them in such a way that it will look like they are progressing, or it will look like they are like improving, or they are making profit. The whole collapse will hit everyone hard than you can imagine. Right? It is only in Nigeria where you have a national oil company, NNPC, They bought another private company called Ohando. So NNPC bought Ohando outlets, right? Because they have all these filling stations everywhere. Rather than the NNPC to absorb Ohando into his one of his subsidiaries, no, it is the Ohando that absorbed NNPC, right? So it is now more or less like now Ohando bought NNPC. So this whole GBT, this whole scam, is almost, it's like a cheat that's about to hit the fan. When it does, you probably will be here again asking yourself, who is going to save us? Who is going to rescue us? Nobody's coming to rescue you. So all I have said so far may sound somehow to you, but you can continue to pretend. I do not wish Nigeria bad. The reason why you watch Mayegun's diary every day is to point to you, the people behind what you call Nigeria's problem. Who are those behind them? And who are those benefiting from them? I come here every now and then to show you who they are. But some of you will rather pretend that you are blind. You are blind by what? By your tribal this, ethnic that, religious this, and religious that. Fine. Everybody is about to kind of be hit by this massive truth. But it will likely be too late. It will likely be too late at the time. So who is going to rescue Nigeria from thiefnubu? Nigerians will rescue themselves from thiefnubu when they know the truth. Take a look at this on your screen. The manner at which the National Assembly, who are supposed to be the checks and balancing for those in government, the manner at which they are corruptly looting the country is unprecedented. It's so massive that sometimes you'll be like, is money going out of circulation? Like, what do this guy want to use all this money for? All this fraudulent stuff for? Millions, hundreds of millions, and billions of naira disappearing on fake projects. Projects that ordinarily, if they ever existed, like if they ever exist, okay, they will probably make a huge impact on your lives, improve your lives, but they do not exist. Take a look at this one. The Federal Cooperative College Ibadan, they submitted a budget of 1.5 billion naira to National Assembly. By the time the National Assembly will approve the budget, they inserted $46.9 billion into it. So they approved nearly $48 billion, over $48 billion naira. So what happened to the 46.9 billion? It is meant to be stolen. They are going to stay, it's going to the private pocket of thieves. Look at this one. A Federal Cooperative College, Oji River, in Imo, wrote a budget of 12.8 billion naira. Nigeria National Assembly injected 103.6 billion into it. Do you see that difference? Where do you think the 103.6 billion naira is going to? To private pockets. For a country that is not making any money. Most of the money borrowed. But see the difference. 103.6 billion naira going into private pockets. And they will tell you to hang in there. Thiefnubu's reform is just coming together. You are currently going through a baby walk of pain. Every one of them is doing everything to kill themselves. All because they want to have access to your commonwealth. If anyone raises alarm, they will say they are the enemies of Nigeria who wants to cause problem in Nigeria. Sorry, Oji River, they say it's Enugu. Sorry. It's not Imo, it's Enugu, right? Thank you. And that is just true. I have shown you. In 2024 budget, these criminals inserted over 6 trillion naira. Do you know how much is 6 trillion naira? And for them to have access to that money, they had to go and borrow money from IMF, World Bank, who are also giving them conditions that says they must go and devalue your naira. And they don't care. Within a year or within 9 years, Nigeria naira lost more than 70% of its value. And it continues to lose it. But you think Nigeria has a chance. with these guys. No. Anyway, I'll leave that for now because I just wanted to let that out. Whether you understand me or you don't understand me, well, that's okay. Posterity will be the judge at the end of the day. Talking about who is going to rescue you. There are some of you who believe that maybe politically, through elections, you can stop this rogue. Some are even suggesting that all the opposition should come together if they want to defeat thiefnubu. I laugh. I do. I actually really laugh. Reason is this. The people who are going to organize your election, from the moment they are going to tell you who and who is registered to be able to vote, and those who have the voters card, and then after that, those who are going to have access to the ballot paper, if you make it that far. But there is more. thiefnubu and his gang have already been promoting one party state in Nigeria. A lot of people kind of saw that coming. However, there was nothing they could do. So what happened now? thiefnubu and his gang have infiltrated almost all the political parties you can have in that contraption. All of them. PDP, Labour Party, APGA, or name them. They've infiltrated everything. All road leads to just one man, thiefnubu. So Labour Party wouldn't have any issue if not that it became a threat to the establishment last year. 8 months before 2023 elections, the movement called the Obidients movement that swept through the Nigerian space shook the establishment to its very core, the foundation. But nevertheless, the system, the establishment already plan ahead, 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead, so to say. And the plan is not in any way to your own interest or in your interest. It is to the interest of these rogues, these small-minded people, individuals who wanted power. And you ask, if you are so brainy to infiltrate here and there for power, could you at least use it for the benefit of the people? Don't seize the power just because you want to punish the people. I mean, if you wanted power for some reason, right, it should be for the benefit of the people, I would say. But we know that's not the case. So 8 months before 2023 charade, that was the last one that seems like thiefnubu overlooked. They did so well to ensure that the PDP is totally incapacitated, at least, with the help of Werewike, who is now fighting for his own political relevance as we speak, right? They didn't see that of a Labour Party or the Obidients coming. They laughed at them. They called them just 4 people tweeting inside the room until it almost kind of drowned all of them. And then they were like, okay, the lesson learned now. It will never happen again. But they are saying to themselves that it will never happen again. But some of you still feels like you're going to need an election to get rid of these guys. I right. Last 2 months, we've seen so much dramas within the Labour Party camp, where Judas Abure and I mean suddenly became, maybe not suddenly, became the ally of the Lamidiot, Pampas, and then Arabambidiot and Co. The people that were all out, right, to derail what was then the tribunal case between Obi and thiefnubu. There's nothing they didn't do. Almost every day they were always in your media houses then, almost every day. And they were all shouting Abure's name, until 2 months ago they became friends. And both of them were shouting Obi's name. That Obi and the rest, you Obidients only wanted to come and hijack their party. And they would do everything to stop you. Indeed, the court is on their side. Today, a court ruled, a federal high court ruled that Abure is your chairman. All that congress that you conducted in Umuahia, and then waiting to, the one you nominated, what's her name again? Nenadi Usman as your acting chairman to now conduct a proper party congress that will now elect a new this and that. All of that now is now like out of the way. And that is exactly what it's going to be like until until it is too late again for you to challenge this guy. So people can tell enough as it is today that the corrupt Abure, very, very corrupt man to the bone, is today the chairman of Labour Party. And as it stands, the man already made a declaration. Whether now Otti or Obi, none of them is getting your automatic party nomination anymore. So which means you, the Obidients, you are back in the sack of a thiefnubu indirectly. So the Obidients are now reacting. Obi should go and start his own political party. I say, ask Showore. He started his own political party. Ask him. When Amechi decided to actually, it was Amechi that they had to use, okay, to try and hijack the AAC from Showore. Everybody knows that Showore is the one that started AAC. At some point, he's their chairman. And guess what? Most of you became obedient later as members of a PDP. You were even laughing at Showore, that Showore is presidential candidate. Showore is also the party chairman of AAC. But the people that wanted to hijack AAC, they didn't need AAC. It felt like if it should become something that a lot of you kind of have a little bit of connection with, that would be a problem. Then there was no obedient, disobedient that then. It was all this revolutionary, revolution now, revolution now. So it was meant to be a revolutionary party. But what did they do? They found somebody within who decided to suddenly turn on Showore. There was no name, they didn't call him. He became a guest of almost all media houses as well. Like Kapampa. This guy was like a superstar in some of their media houses, telling everybody, Showore is this, Showore is that, Showore is this, right? Meanwhile, he was just working for Amechi. Amechi didn't need the AC. He just wanted to make sure that Showore and all his tall dream of rallying all of you Nigerians together to have a revolutionary party and face these criminals never materializes. Amechi lost. The person they tried to hijack, they tried to use to hijack the party also lost, disappeared. We can't see Amechi today. We can't see the other guy today anymore. Showore is still there with his AAC, shouting revolution now, right? But the damage was already done, completed. Similarly with this, your Labour Party. So some are saying that he should go and start his own party, while others are saying that maybe he should be more violent with them. He must be ready. That's Obi. Obi must be ready to play the same politics with these guys. Like if they are bribing people, he must be willing to bribe them too. I read a lot of these things online. So when Abure was supposedly removed, and Nenadi Usman was supposed to be your acting chairman, I laughed. You can go and check the broadcast on this, the conversation around it on this platform. I laughed. That do you really think that's it? No. With the judiciary in Nigeria, the likes of thiefnubu and co, who are now in control of them, is a lost cause. That's why a lot of us keeps reminding you that you can start your own new political party times 10. It is not going to change anything. What you are going to achieve is that you are going to validate the any charade that they call out there. That's what you're going to achieve. You can participate in their fraudulent elections, right? And then turn around and say you want to start a revolution. They will automatically tell you that, it's because you lost elections now. So rather than continue to mobilize yourself for elections because you can't even run for any political office without running through a political party. As it stands right now, you don't have any political party in Nigeria. You have thiefnubu's segmented, compartmented group of rogues hibernating in different kind of groups you call political party today. It's all done. It's gone. It's concluded. Yeah? So why would anybody want to invest their time, energy, and resources in any of this, only for you to to only get the medal for participation, or is it called participation medal or participatory medal or trophy? They say, did you participate in 2023 elections? Say, yes, we were part of it. To the point that, yeah, Obi didn't become your president, right? However, Labour Party produced senators, reps, House of Assembly members. Today, you can't even find them. The entire system has swallowed them. They are now part of the yes men to thiefnubu's state capture. But maybe when election is coming out, they begin to sound like they love Nigeria, patriotic, PDP, Labour Party, Abuja, and the NNPP, and the rest of them. They have all been swallowed by the entire system. So what are you going to get? You're going to go and get your voter's card. You are going to be jumping here and there, screaming, we must take our country back. We must, yeah. Meanwhile, what you're going to get is what? Participatory trophy. Showore has a clear with something that looks like a bit of a clear path that makes sense. Not elections. If the people want something different, truly, every one of them, Atiku, Obi, and then who is there? Kwakwan Sopo, and all of these guys parading themselves as alternative to thiefnubu. The least they can do right now is to call all of their followers, if they have any, all of their supporters in their millions to occupy Nigeria and demand. Because number one, they cannot get anything through those rogues they sent to National Assembly anymore. Forget that. If they genuinely want something different, that if you have to invest your time with them, Showore already called it out. You don't have to like him. Forget that. Without you shutting down the entire country, demanding for a brand new constitution. Start with that, oh. I'm talking to those of you who are Nigerians now. Not you, the deluded ones who think all it takes is for them to march together. March together to do what? Run for election? No. It is time for them to actually call all of you and say it is time to occupy that contraption. And if you want to do it, you have to do it now. Not 2025, not 2026, not 2027. Now, if they genuinely are really different, you won't amend any constitution. You will demand, they will demand for a new constitution. You know why? They are the ones who want to rule Nigeria. If they want better thing for that contraption, for real, not just like they want power, so that they can replace these rogues and it can be their turn. No. They will shut down the entire country and demand for a brand new constitution, which will then be put into referendum. And from it, that's when you can have a better new electoral law or electoral rules, whatever it is you want to call it. Then you can then begin to talk about elections. But no, some of you probably don't even know that. They are doing amendment this, amendment that. Nobody want to get arrested. Nobody wanted to go to jail. Nobody wanted them, So you are deceiving yourselves. Go and start a new party. All you'll get is to what? To validate whatever thiefnubu and his gang, Yakubu, is still going to be your INEC chairman in 2027. I hope you know that. He's still going to be the one to conduct any election for you. Is that what you want to get yourself involved in? Is that what you really want to do? So Abure and Co, they are the lackeys of thiefnubu's handlers and all that, right? So what you're going to get at the end of it is that you are going to help them validate whatever it is that is going to be cooked. And you're going to be cooked for another 4 years after that. So if you don't have any of them who can say, you know what, we need to call a meeting of all the opposition parties and shut down Nigeria. Yeah. You are not saying Thiefnubu should go right away. No. You don't have to say that now. Maybe now all of us get Nigeria, at least literally. Now all of us get Nigeria. But they are lying to you. Like they say, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the others. In that contraption, if you know your level, you will know that there is nobody called Nigerian. All of them are just there as the pawn on their chess table, including those ones that parade themselves as opposition. If they mean well for it, if they actually know what they are doing, They will call all their million supporters, all of their supporters in their millions. Tell them, you know what? This is it. If this is not happening now, then nobody should be participating in any goddamn elections, right? Let their military come and shoot millions of you now. Abi, Atif could get 6.9 million. Obi has like a 10 million. That's how many? That's like 17 million. Wakwan Sop have like 1.5 million. That's like 18 million, 18.5 million. Abi? Oh yeah, call the NLC and the rest of them to join too. Maybe you will have 20 million and occupy the entire country. She been at your country. Nobody is more Nigerian than the other. Everybody is the same, Abi. But thiefnubu is more powerful than millions of you. Let's say we no score 2 million. Is declared the winner of your election with a rigged figure, and everybody is there, so scared. They don't want Nigeria to break up on their own head. They don't want to be the ones that they will be saying, I mean, Kosam. And I mean, now we make thiefnubu's government ungovernable. But they are actually killing you systematically. They are killing your children systematically. They are destroying their future systematically. But they are telling you because it's a Yoruba man. You don't want your name to be mentioned. Yorubas are dying inside that contraption as we speak. But you don't want them to actually video. You don't want your names to be what? By the time they are done with you, you won't even have a place to call a home anymore. We won't have anything else to call anything anymore. Majority of you will probably end up as refugees everywhere. So if the opposition parties are afraid to call their own supporters who are suffering in that contraption as we speak, then nobody should kind of use you for 2027 prop up. Use you for 2027 prop up and say you want to go and do election. Election where? But they probably knows that, maybe Nigerians don't even trust them too. Everybody just, they deceive themselves. The followers, they deceive their leaders. The leaders, they deceive the followers. Everybody just, they play themselves. Because nobody really care or love that country. Nobody, per se. If you really love that country, per se, right? If you are true to say you love that contraption, why is it so hard for you to call out all your supporters? The millions of them that we supposedly voted for you. They are suffering right now. They are there suffering, dying. They are the ones being kidnapped. They are the ones being kidnapped for ransom, kidnapped for organ trafficking, kidnapped by the police and the rest of that. They are the ones being subjected to this hell of a life. You care so much about them, but you watch them die, and those ones who are left by 2027, you want them to come out, to come and validate the nonsense that they are going to cook again. You are afraid. You don't want them to say, now you destroy a Yoruba man government. Yoruba man is destroying Nigeria now. A Fulani man just finished. He got away. Abi, a Yoruba man is there now with other member of his criminal gangs. Abi, destroying the lives of the Yorubas, lives of the Igbos, life of the Hausas, the Fulanis, the Ijos, everybody in Nigeria. The only thing that is democratically divided in Nigeria, like evenly shared in Nigeria, is a failed government that all of you are benefiting from right now. Everyone is feeling it. But you think your tribal this, tribal that is enough, or political party. Some are saying that they should all go back to PDP. Which of the PDP? Anyway, Mo will leave that one as well. Okay, go to something else. Here, yesterday, it was yesterday, when Wiki and his men, right, unleashed terror on some part of the states. So we've now found out that despite the noise and the loud, report from that river state that, the gunshot and all the chaos, the whole thing only took place in 4 local government areas. And that's quite, sort of a little bit relieving, I'll say. Because initially, I actually thought Wiki mobilized all his thugs, right, to take over 23 local government areas, the whole state. But it all came back that it's only just about 4 local government areas. So his influence is exaggerated, if you ask me. It seems that the whole thing is like, with the weakest political influence is mostly exaggerated. All right? Only 4 local government areas. And they burned down these 4 local government areas. Others actually came out to watch, to watch over their local government secretariats in case if Wiki and his men show up. They never showed up. All right? So one of them is this local government. Where is that? Okay, here was a police officer yesterday morning.
Everybody is safe. This morning we had a gunshot. Someone has been shot, and I've rushed him to the hospital. If he will die or will live, we don't know. Is that how we want to kill ourselves? No. Want to kill ourselves? Is that what we want? No. So everybody.
So that was a police officer trying to make said, well, they are shooting here. Is this how you want to do it? Is this blah 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 blah? I said no. So yesterday, some of the guy who was from the Obidients local government area, which we believe is with the weakest local government area. Some said with the weakest from Ikwere local government. Others are saying it's from Obidients local government, but I think it is from Obidients, right? So they actually had a night vigil or a watch night to make sure that in case if these guys come in the middle of the night, they will still meet us here. How many then be? Why we no go beat them? How many them? Meanwhile, in the afternoon, this guy said, you know what? It is time now to actually get rid of everything and anything. Sorry, anything and everything with a wiki from our states. They call it his legacies. Hang on, that's another one. I'm coming back to that one. It should be this.
Hold on, they get the investment with River State. When they come see what you happen. I know they fear. When they come here, people they shoot gun, people like Woski. They come for them. Yes. Can you hear me? Yes. Between now and Wednesday, we'll catch them. That's all. I want to invite police for River State Police Command. And then hear me? Better than they neutral. Better than they neutral. For this government to go protect and die. Shoot gun around to start where we feel some bullets. And they hear me? This name. Yeah. Hold on. This man. This man. Yes. If you don't know what so that note at the Chamber of Council, who don't rename me by the way, we'll move and call him Obi-Wan. I want to people from Ikore land, we don't help Ikore people well. Yes, sir. So we don't rename here. Obi-Wan house. How many? Obi-Wan. We don't support Ikore people. We make people enjoy. This will come tomorrow morning. So everybody will get more. Make it come. I'm the camp. Stop. Come on, buddy.
So same guy was on Arise sort of news studio, last night, and he had this to say concerning the role where the Wike is played in Ekwere. And for them in Ekwere, there is so much. See, when I went on to check about the Ekwere local government, right, they said that the youth of Ekwere local government area of River State, they do not have any regard for any hero worship to start with. I know they see anybody as hero. And also, the local government is more or less like a local government for, like a job for the boys, so to say. I will explain what that means, right? It is a local government where what people live on is just crumbs from government or obtaining oil companies that are operating in their area. You know, they can put themselves together, group themselves together and just say, okay, we need money. Give us money, settlement money, this money, that money. This is their life, right? And with a Wike as a person also notice, and he's already is used that many times to his own advantage. So these young people believes that the local government and whoever is in charge must be somebody that is there to satisfy their interest, make things available for them. Anyone that is not doing that is not welcome in their local government area. That is why they believe that where the Wike has done his own time, so this is the Fubara's time. And therefore, Wike should move away. But here is your guy.
Honorable Chijoke Hunwo, please go ahead.
Well, yes, you asked me. You said how, if I'm sure the evidence I have that the Minister of FCT is responsible. You are in Nigeria. You can see what is happening in Rivers State. Probably before the local government election, the same Minister of FCT and his cohorts arranged people blocking the SEC office, doing protests. This is the same man that told Nigerians that Atiku was doing protests to the union. Wike has lined up a lot of Rivers people who has a name, putting them inside a bus and start protesting. It's the same person. And I can tell you reliably that even on Saturday, election was going on, the same minister told his group to assemble somewhere at GRA, start doing protests. This is the same man that said Atiku was doing protests. Wike has made people start strolling around Port Harcourt as why Rivers people were busy voting for the candidate of their choice. And the governor declared said there was no movement of a vehicle and human being till 4 p.m. after the election. He still violated it and told his people to go around and start, constitution users in our state. Like I said before, two people cannot be mad at the same time. We have to do the voting was ongoing, very peacefully. The Rivers people obeyed the instruction of the governor. There was no movement until 4 p.m. Now, what happened yesterday is that there is a young man from his community, where he's come from, who Wike is using. I can tell you, I'm not afraid. He's using to shoot guns, harassing people, trying to burn different local government universities. So he knows we know them. We have worked with him so we know what he can do. It's not. I am not alleged. I am telling that this is what he is doing. So he can also sue me for if I'm giving a fake information. These are the people he's using to cause crisis. And everybody knows what he's able to do. And let me tell Nigerians, power comes from God. If power is being given to you, it's not your right. It's a privilege, and God gives you power. He was the governor for this university for 8 years. Uninterrupted. This was more or less inside his pocket, and nobody interrupted. So now we have a new governor. Why not allow Rivers people to have peace?
All right, on the state of emergency.
For us who are okay, like this morning.
Very quickly on the state of emergency.
Like this morning.
Yeah.
No, the state of emergency. There's no need for the state of emergency in Rivers. Rivers is very peaceful. What we want to do is to call on Mr. President to call Yesu Wike to order. Yesu Wike is threatening democracy under the president, under the administration of Mr. President. Well, Wike is not God. Wike is a human being. And President should call him to order. He's disrupted our state. Go to other state. Akwa election, Jigawa, everywhere is very peaceful. Why is it that Rivers State? Wike cannot own Rivers. The Rivers State is too big for him to own as a private. He's not even Obidients. He's from my local government. He can't own our local government as a private state, not even Rivers State. And let me tell our people that our Obidients people are saying where Wike comes from. Okay, Chinda is from there. They are what we are doing. We are being liberated because we have been in their pocket for a lot of time, and they have pocketed our destiny. And yesterday was the liberation for our local government. I will also appeal to Mr. President to address Yesu Wike or immediately sack him because he doesn't even deserve to be in the cabinet of Mr. President. Look at Nigerians, and we have ministers in the cabinet. How many of them are causing problems in their states?
All right.
Okay. Doing their legitimate work. All right. Do what they ask you to do. So
we are poor local government area. So what they have now said is that those who were burning local government secretariats, because they know themselves, like I said, they know themselves. They've all been the same ship before this whole thing started. So they know themselves. What they're now saying is that if they don't stop, they will begin to burn their own houses too, including with the Wike's house. He didn't say that on that program, but it was already said in another clip that we know their houses. If they continue this nonsense, we'll go to the houses too and burn their houses down. Anarchy looms. Here is what Fubara also said. This was yesterday before he went on that tour.
Want to also let the state know that what has happened after the election, we are not going to allow it to go uninvestigated. It has happened before, and after some weeks, some of our supporters were declared wanted to turn the story around. But this time around, I strongly believe with the support and cooperation of the Nigerian police, the director of DSS, we will unravel those behind the arson and make sure that they account for the atrocity. Want to also let the state know that what has happened after the election, we are not going to allow it to go uninvestigated. It has happened before, and after some weeks, some of our supporters were declared wanted to turn the story around. But this time around, I strongly believe with the support and cooperation of the Nigerian police, the director of DSS, we will unravel those behind
it. High right. As you are watching this broadcast this night, Were Wike was on Channels Television reacting to all of this that happened. So I'm probably going to bring you that report from that some other time. But last night, Fubara was out, at least to capture what really went down somewhere in Obiakpo, Ikwere, and few others. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Let's go check back this way. Where? This way, this way. Yeah. This is what they did.
Yeah, that's the amount of damages that the weakest men did. And it's just one local government there. It is similar to 3 others burning down the properties of the government, the public properties, because of political disagreements and what have you. Then he said this to them before he left the place. Fubara.
Where the governors of the South and also the Nigerian Governors Forum went to pay condolence to our brother, the governor of Akwa Ibom, who lost his wife. I just came in, so I said it would be proper for me to assess the situation myself. I feel very sad seeing what had just happened in this council. I need to say this so that the good people of River State will understand why we took the path of peace. This council secretariat was built by the immediate past chairman. And for me, because I know the history of this council, how we sought for fund and how it was executed. This is supposed to be a legacy project for him, that whoever is going to come after now will continue to remember that at a certain time, a certain person did this for the LG. But look at what we're seeing here today. Must we go low in politics? There was an election on Saturday. The council, the new council chairman were inaugurated yesterday. We are aware of the boasting that they will not be allowed to access the secretariat. And we were happy early hours of this morning when the Inspector General of Police directed his men to vacate the premises for easy access of the new elected officers to resume office. And immediately they took advantage of that space to destroy government facility. Who is the loser? The new council that is coming in. The fund that will be applied to other things will now be used to fix this place. Are we not really acting as if we're not responsible? It's an act of irresponsibility. Even if one advises you to go and destroy a government facility, you will think twice. Please, I want to say this to the entire River State. If you're called upon, play your politics with a sense of responsibility. We don't need to kill ourselves. My time will come and I will leave. Do I need to burn the government house? No! We all know where this is coming from. That is the truth. And everybody knows that it is not from my supporters. But I leave all to the security agencies to do a thorough work and let us know the people that are behind this arson. Thank you.
No wahala. But there is something I want you to possibly have observed, everyone watching this, is the number of able-bodied young people that if you have never seen such like anywhere else except in that Nigeria. Young people who are supposed to be gainfully employed or be somewhere fully active and productive, they are readily available for the political shenanigans like that, including if they want to use them to cause arson, to burn down properties, to shoot and kill themselves, stuff like that. They are always handy and available in that Nigeria. So when you watch their videos, this is part of what you should be paying attention to. The amount of able-bodied men and women that are available for political shenanigans in that country. Because what would they do? What text would they do? There's no real job anywhere. There's no real work or anything. So if you have a chance of belonging to any political group, right, you have to be there physically so much enough that you think you are defending what is yours. Yours is your turn, it's your turn, it's our time. So therefore, we cannot let them, we can let them get away. We must defend this or that. Because there's nothing else to do, nothing else. Pay attention to that. It's almost everywhere. The north, though, the south, though, they are there. Political angers on. Political jobbers. The real victims of a failed country, so to say. But we'll leave that again and go to another thing. Now, this particular one is, I don't know which one we should go for first, but I think we should go for this. The news of the arrest of this guy, Speed Darlington. Speed Darlington, to some, is a musician, an artist. Even to himself, is an artist. To others, is a comedian. To others, is just one lousy attention seeker. But overall, Speed Darlington could be all of that. To the point that, to some, Speed Darlington is one bigoted Igbo boy who is more or less like not different from the Runukus. He talks in such a way that you are likely going to like and hate him at the same time. Enough that some will rather just ignore him. In the last few weeks, right? Or should I say, in the last few years, it's been like that kind of character, different character to different people. That guy has called out people unprovoked. I'm talking about on social media. He has called them out. He has called people names unprovoked. In fact, if I happen to be one of those who don't see through, you know, the who doesn't have the sort of the demerits to just kind of ignore some certain people, I'll probably be hating on him. Why? I've heard him say so many horrible things about Yorubas. Yes, I've actually heard him say things that are like, oh God damn it, man, how could you say that? But to me, I just kind of see him as somebody who has a mental problem. Enough. That's what Yoruba calls Wiredunwo, Koshe Bilomo. Like Wiredunwo, Koshe Bi. You feel they see Wiri. You feel see somebody with a mental health problem like a lunatic, right? And you can laugh, you can, but you don't want to have a lunatic as a son. Kind of. But this last few weeks, he has taken on a Burnaboy in such a way that sometimes, right, I just feel like, man, could somebody probably just maybe, you know, take it up with him, like in a proper process, in a proper way. Remember the story of Puff Daddy, the arrested Puff Daddy for sexual exploitation, rape of, you know, underage minors and stuff like that. That's been on our media for like 3 weeks or so now, or more than that. And there has been so many social media platforms. I'm talking about social media profiles or personalities who have been feeding from that news endlessly. When the news now came that, in fact, he was probably having some sexual relationship with some of the artists, right? That he has had encounter with. And they found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. So people have created tens of thousands of content, especially for those who they have seen with him. I'm talking about artists, young, old, and all that. Justin Bieber, who was pretty much like, I have seen so many contents people created to create different kind of stories. Most of them, they are not true, they are not real, but social media. So you have to kind of sift through them. And to be able to keep your sanity, sometimes you just have to like a swap and just move on. But this Speed Darlington and some other people in Nigeria who have decided to also feed from it or farm from it. Social media farming, they call it. You can raise up nonsense about this story and you can possibly see millions of people watching it. You're going to make money from it, even though if it's not true. So there hasn't been much released factual, stuff from this PDD stuff. But most of what you are seeing out there, they are creation of so many content creators. Well, we were all happy. Maybe not all, but I personally felt so good for the Nigerian artists like Wizkid, the artists like Burnaboy, to be precise, right? When they made it to their Grammy, and it was like everywhere people spoke about it. But apart from this, I quite enjoy some of their music, even though I am not really into them. I prefer this my old schools like Akwala and the Fujis and all those things, Yoruba, some of the other, high life, reggae, stuff like that. These are my own thing. But these guys, there is no way you won't hear their music, even if you are just listening to radios in the UK. Nigerian hip-hop, Afro beats, Afro this, Afro that. It's just like, that one on Nigerian music. Who did that? Right? Then when they said they found over 1,000 baby oil, the next thing, people started creating memes. Enough that some were even insinuating that, oh, it was after, some of these Nigerian artists met with PDD. That's when they actually got a Grammy. Again, some of these innuendos and all this nonsense, right? But Akwi stood out. In his own, he was kind of making content that were like directly at Burnaboy. I'm talking about stuffs that are really, really ridiculous to hear. And ordinarily, Burnaboy, like others, right? These are international artists. These guys, I can probably bet my left yansh that these guys work their asses out to get to where they are. And as international brand, there are some certain things that you are likely not just going to let go like that. Agreed. And the best you could probably do was to take a legal route to protect your brand. Okay? If this guy goes on social media unprovoked and is saying all these things about you, if he lives in the US or he lives in the UK, okay, the most you're going to do is to get, number one, get your legal teams together to get in touch, to stop him. But that's not how it is in Nigeria. So what Burnaboy did when he got to Nigeria was, first, he called his own court guys called Big Seven. There's a court group in Nigeria called Seven. I don't even know if it's a real thing. But Burnaboy himself said it's a real thing. Big Seven. Courtist. Court guys. Big Seven. They use guns. So, they took it personal enough that he decided to, number one, get the Nigerian police involved. And you know that in Nigeria, people don't really hate oppression per se. In fact, it is believed that if you, by any means, offend a big man in Nigeria, you are on your own. Even Nigerians themselves will tell you that freedom of speech, there is no freedom. I mean, well, you may have freedom of speech, but your freedom after speech is not guaranteed. And that is why in Nigeria, what you have to do is to try and make money and then get connection. The number of police commissioner, or maybe police IG, or somebody somewhere. So if anybody does anything you don't like, just get the police to take them away in a Gestapo kidnapping style. And that's why we're having this chat this evening. So what happened? Since Friday, it's about 4 days ago, Akwi, who made the video calling on the Burnaboy to come and answer that Puff Daddy didn't shag him to get to make him to get him his first Grammy. I'm just only asking, come and tell us that this or that. So when Burnaboy got to Nigeria, in a Nigerian way, called the police, and in the police of the criminal police in Nigeria's way, they started tracking him. When they finally got him, they kidnapped him, cuffed him, and took him away. They didn't notify his family. They didn't notify anybody that is from his neighborhood or whatever, his next of kin or not, because the purpose is to kind of show him that don't ever talk about a big man like that. Let's see where get money past you. Let's see where get more popularity past you. So we have to show you, not by law or anything. And they locked him up until his family raised the alarm that he's been missing. They turned off his phone so that nobody can get in touch with him. Typical Nigeria way. And then a Burnaboy went partying, and as usual, he started bragging about it, right, on social media. That who else is missing? The gutter behavior, which only exists in that contraption. And guess what? Nigerians, like I told you, who never really hate oppression per se, they are there, just like that of Falano. Immediately. Have you seen the video? He said that Burnaboy should go and help his mama. Burnaboy should go and say, shut up your mouth. It's called free speech. I can say anything I want. I keep telling you this. And I know some of you are typical Nigerians. You will never agree with me because that's how you are raised. I was raised like that too. But how can I live in a civilized society? A society that says that I can say whatever I want. As long as, number one, I'm not actually threatening you, which can involve the police. Whatever I say to you, I can call you anything, any name, whatever I want to call you. It's called free speech. You need to understand that. Well, Nigerians are not raised that way. You get that now? That is why they will be jumping up and down and say a big man can use the corrupt system, okay, to punish somebody they don't like. And they will be right. A big man can lock you up for months until people start begging him. And then the people who are like other oppressed victims, so they will be like, why did you say that? Yeah? You said you shouldn't have said that. That's why we are saying that there is freedom of speech, but there is no freedom after speech. What the heck? Burnaboy won't try that anywhere outside Nigeria. No, they no go try him. He knows that Nigeria is a place he can try that. So what did they do? They took the guy away. They locked him up. They didn't contact anyone to say, oh, he's with us. So they didn't take him to court to say, okay, this is his crime. Oh. But they locked him up. And then as it is Nigeria, oh dear, everybody is now dropping their own think pieces all over social media. Why it is right. Nobody can destroy somebody's image. How can somebody destroy somebody's image like that? You, Mayegun, can you take that? It is not about what I can take or I can't take. It is called civilization. It is a gutter behavior. That's why most of you in Nigeria, what you have, you are so poor that the only thing you have in that contraption is money. That's why you see them, big men with money, but no sense, no nothing. A system that doesn't really work is stagnant enough that you can say, it works well for them. But I have a video here. See, I have the clip of what they said. He said, and then that prompted the Nigerian police, the criminal police in Nigeria, right? to act on behalf of a man who has image to protect.
Everybody just they rush, they go America to snap with Didi that year. Bobo, Inote after Burna post his picture with Didi, the next year I've been at the same particular year, Burna won Grammy. You understand me? All I they do since in Aichiche. So I just they wonder. Burnaboy, this video, I they ask you question. Don't get offended. Now question I they ask. How many oil did he drop for your nyash before them give you that trophy? Burna, how many oil them rob for your nyash before? Burna, I'm asking you serious question. Them say them see 1,000 bottles of baby oil for Didi house. And I know say after you snap with Didi, you won Grammy. How many? I see magazine. You know they put oil for my body before they go give me kiniko. I just collect them off of merit. You blow after you snap with P. Diddy. You was under his arms, sucking up to Black America. Burna, come to this comment section and clear something. We want to know. Sucking up to Burnaboy don't mean shit. I am Odogu. That's my language. Odogu is masquerade name. It's not a nickname. If anybody is gonna claim Odogu as a nickname, me is qualified. You dumb fucked in the ass, motherfucker. You out here shouting Odogu, Odogu, Odogu. I'm like, look at this punk. You trying to be like us. You trying to be like us. You trying to be one of us. You not one of us. Because if you are one of us, you would have known that Odogu is not a nickname. Go fuck your mother. You not one of us. Everybody's tough in Lagos. Everybody is a G in Lagos. Come my side. I'm G'd up, motherfucker. Everybody's tough in Lagos. Everybody's a G in Lagos. Come my side. I'm G'd up, motherfucker. Fucked in the ass, motherfucker. I hear sucking Burnaboy's dick in my comment section. Come my side. Come on the road, Imo State. You know if you pass road, where me are they pass. Yes. Are they pass where I know they pass. Everybody is tough in Lagos. Come my side, you fucked in the ass, motherfucker. You run naga, anaga gaya. You fucking bastard. You come on the internet, you they shout to Dagu. I'm like, is he a god? Everybody's a G in Lagos. Everybody's a G in Lagos. Come my side if you a G. You fucked in the ass, motherfucker. I'll make another oil video. Nothing mega. Nothing mega. If you a G, come my side. I mean, know the price where me pass. You fucking bastard. Odogu ane kwoko odogu. Odogu ane kwoko odogu. I'm like, odogu my ass. I am.
So unnecessary. But like I said from the beginning, the guy is somebody that I am not his, I'm not his fan. Okay, and ordinarily I would expect somebody to actually act or take action, but not the way it was done. Because what they did was really, really unbelievable for an artist of his caliber, so to say. I know some of you will be like, I should have mind this. You heard me right, okay? This is not in a way to sort of, like say, anybody supports all the nonsense he had to say there, okay? Somebody like me, I will probably take offense too if somebody begin to kind of rubbish my efforts, okay? And all because of what? Social media clout. No, I won't let that go just like that. But Burnaboy is a typical Nigerian. He knows that, or he believes that justice will be so slow if he decides to take it up with him. Right? So the only kia jungle justice that exists in that contraption is to get the police, take him away, lock him up for a few days, if possible for weeks, until he begs. He begged. I said, please, I'm so sorry. Please, I'm so sorry. Just to make himself feel good. Right? So a typical Nigerian will prefer that. And I can see some of them in the comment too that will be like, hey, nice. If to say na me, well, if you try that one with me, what are you going to do? You're going to get boys to beat him up or even possibly shoot him. Yeah, that means you are going to kind of justify all I have said as well. A typical Nigerian living in a jungle, in a place that is even worse than a jungle, a shithole. Burnaboy lives in the UK, is lived in the US, right? They're not born in Papa well to call American police and say, please, I want you to go and help me pick up so person who says something about me. Lock him up for me. Can you do that for me? It's not going to happen. They won't call the police in the UK and say, somebody said this is about me online. I want you to arrest him. It's not going to happen. The only reason why anybody will arrest anyone in this country is going to be what? If they want, maybe they started to start doxing you. Doxing means they started releasing information about your family, your address, for whatever it is called social media clout. That is a crime. Then there is something called social media bullying. That exists as well. But social media bullying simply means if somebody is inciting people against you. Here you get now, like, man, we're supposed to see him and deal with him. We're supposed something like that. That's bullying. Everything else that you have to do with defamation, libel, and all those things, right? You would have to approach your lawyers. Your lawyers will have to write the person. And they will tell him that we shall see in court. It is all civil. You don't need all this kidnapping people and locking them up for days. Yeah? And you don't see the talk say, now the day when you touch a madman, and then you go no say, madman get mama and family. Here is Akwe's mom. I heard that they've released him on bail right now, since they raised the alarm. And guess the lawyer, the Jade Yoju. So now the day where you beat a madman, you go no say madman get mama or papa or even family.
Good day, everyone. Good day, Nigerians. My name is Miss Queen. I am Darlington's mother. I just get information that my son is missing. Speed Darlington is missing. His gate man called my family and notified my family that there's a video Darlington made and put on internet about Burnaboy. So he notified my family that Burnaboy came with his team and they picked Darlington up from his house. Please, Darlington is my only son. Darlington is one and only son I have. I am begging my fellow Nigerians, please, everyone should help me to beg Burnaboy. Burnaboy, please. My name is Miss Queen. Burnaboy, I'm begging you. My knees on the ground. Please, I am begging you, Burnaboy. Tamper justice with mercy. Please. Tamper justice with mercy. Have mercy on my son. Forgive me, please. Burnaboy, I'm on my knees. I'm begging. Tamper justice with mercy. Forgive Darlington. Forgive Darlington. Forgive Darlington. I am begging. Nigerians, please come to Darlington's aid. Please. You people, all Nigerians on Darlington's fan should join me to beg Burnaboy. Please. Burnaboy, please. Tamper justice with mercy. Forgive Darlington. This is me, Darlington's biological mother. I am begging. I don't know what to say other than I am begging. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. I'm a mother. Please. He's my only son. Forgive him. Forgive him. I'm just asking for forgiveness. Please, Burnaboy, please. Please. Please, I'm begging. Forgive my son. Release him. Forgive my son, Burnaboy, please. All Darlington's fans out there, please. Join me to beg Burnaboy for the release of Darlington. Nigerians, come to my son's aid, please. Please. I am begging. I'm on my knees begging. I'm begging. I'm just begging. I have no words. I have nothing to say than to beg Burnaboy. Burnaboy, please, I'm on my knees. May it.
So, like I said, somebody said that, you know, Darlington has nothing to lose. And the best to do is what? To punish him by committing another, what is pretty much a crime too. He took somebody for more than 72 hours. He wasn't charged to any court. It was just meant to be locked away. And like I said, it is a Nigerian thing. Somebody even said that that is not free speech. So what is it? Defamation, libel. I don't know what to say to you. Because what you have just done is pretty much what I have said earlier. I can say anything I want. Yeah, I may probably not be that kind of a, you know, like an idiot like that. Okay, I may not. But what is called free speech? I can say anything. Do you understand? I can say anything with this my mouth. If you feel offended, you have to sue me. If you go to a police station and say, this person is saying all these things about me, they won't arrest me and lock me up somewhere for days. Except in that your contraption, that your Nigeria. It won't happen here. Yeah, I can say, even though it doesn't make any sense to kind of use social media to say things unprovoked. Because I don't have any mental health problem anyway, so I won't probably go that low. Okay? Or a free speech is where you can say anything and everything, and anybody who feels offended, right? If I say something that is inciting violence, that is a crime. Do you get that now? That's not free speech. If I say something that is libelous, defamatory, that is not free speech. But it is not you that will determine that. It is going to be determined by a court. That's why it is called free speech. In the first one, when the court says no, it's not free speech. So if you now decided that because I say something that hurts your feelings, to you it's not free speech. Abuja, what is then free speech? Something that doesn't hurt your feeling. Something that doesn't make you feel bad, Abi. So that one is the free speech. For a typical Nigerian, even though you are not living in Nigeria anymore, there are so many of you that what you will never, ever, if they born you well, you know if you triumph for here. You know you can do your big manism in Nigeria, of course. You can get away with that in Nigeria. You can become a legal advisor, like some of you have become legal advisors on top of Falanos shenanigans on social media too. The comment of a very dark man, it is that commentary. The commentary of what? If anybody feels like I don't hurt your feelings, then you go to court. Now court go can't tell me if waiting I talk is defamatory, not you. So what do you do in Nigeria? If somebody says something that hurts your feelings, what do? You call the police. Abi? Because to you, maybe that person have nothing to lose. I was here the day I made I did a program on the End Bad Governance protest. I don't know if you remember that. And they said that, then Igbo, you remember Sunday Igbo, that said that Yorubas must not join them because the End Bad Governance protest in August was being organized by the Igbos against thiefnubu. Do you remember? And I was so pissed that somebody would release a statement. Somebody released a statement and said, Igbo said Yorubas should not participate because now the Igbos the organizer. That when it is time for Yorubas to protest, the Yoruba will protest. I was like, who the heck is Sunday Igbo? The Yorubas are victims of the failed country under thiefnubu. Yorubas are suffering right now. So somebody will come somewhere and say, because thiefnubu is Yoruba, Yoruba should not be part of it. And then what did I get in return? That middle-aged donkey, Inoki, okay. I would rather call him Inoki. That benefit fraud called Inoki. What did he do? He started attacking my personality. He was even telling people that the reason why I remain skinny is because I am a smoker. Somebody that came to my house in Glasgow that looked like an homeless person, stinking, dirty thing. But because we are all doing Yoruba Nation, I thought, well, then what did he do? He went back and he said, that was his response. So, that deranged middle-aged Inoki. He went on to go and hire some other dirty-looking things from Nigeria to start abusing me. What did they say? They said that I was sacked by Sky because I stole money from Sky. And then I look at the person. They send me the videos. People even call on this program and say, did you hear what Inoki said? I said, what did he say? He said that you were sacked in Sky. That's a defamation. Because anyone who has worked within the system here in the UK as a customer service advisor, number one, you have no access to any money. No, you don't have access to any money. So for somebody who is living in a shithole in Nigeria, to go on social media, on YouTube, and make a video of me, I don't know this guy, never met him and have nothing with him, right? But because they wanted to defend Igbo, they started kind of saying things. And there are people that are agreeing with them. We know it. He's a criminal. We know that Mayegu is a thief. He's a this or that. And I said, I'm going to deal with this guy. So I had two options. Pick up the video, which I had. Crop out where they kept mentioning my name and saying all those defamatory things, right? Then sue them. Or use the Nigerian way. Pay the police in Nigeria to go and pick them up. Sure you get? But when I weighed the whole option together, I was like, number one, it will only be lunatics like them from that contraption, that shithole, that would believe that somebody like myself got sacked from my job because I stole money from Sky. That would be like some deranged people that would believe that. Even though there would be those who would believe. But nevertheless, myself no could be like a mad person now. If I say I am actually like suing somebody where they beg for money to pay for his dying father's hospital bill on social media, who is begging for money. That if you look at him from head to toe, what do I have to kind of take from this person to punish him? Maybe I should just pay, pay the Nigerian police. Maybe that one, I will satisfy myself by saying, I want to use him as a scapegoat to others. But it will be totally wrong. I can't do that in the UK. Even in the benefit fraud here, the jobless Inoki that is here, he has nothing I can take. If I decide to go after him, he's got nothing. This guy came to my house in Glasgow, right? And oh God, man, like, you know. So you know what? I'm going to leave them, Jared. So what do you think should have happened other than for me to go to court and the court will now say, oh, what you just did is wrong. You need to apologize. You need to and all of that. I didn't have what do you call it? I was like, I've got so much to probably lose getting myself involved with these people. So I moved on. So if you want to believe that I was sacked from my work because I stole money, okay. Do you get that? But I am not a listen, I'm not a Burnaboy, okay? I mean, and I've said it from the beginning, he's a top brand guy. He's got so much to lose, okay? For anybody to be. But now, maybe nobody would even have probably cared if he didn't make this illegal arrest and detention. Something that he can only do in Nigeria. He can't do that here. You can't say something because somebody talks, say, PDD shagged you. That's why you got Grammy. Nobody probably saw the video or saw all of that. But now everybody is now aware. And Nigeria is a place where people will always support who they call the victims. You see, when you see the bigger person, they say this one is bigger than this one. So this one that is smaller, it will now become the victim. So many people will now be like defending. Hey, why would you do that? So I'm not defending Akpi. I'm just trying to further call out a rotten system that allows somebody like a Burnaboy, okay, to go on and hire them. The unprofessional criminals you call policemen in Nigeria, whose only job is to serve whoever can pay them. So unprofessional. Right? So that's the point. Right? And yeah, I heard that it's been released. Okay? It's been released on bail. And then I hope he can do the right thing by actually suing him. And then Akwi too can also sue Burnaboy in America because he's an American himself. Yeah, for all of this. I think he can somehow. Because the bodily stress and all of that stuff that it causes, right? Because sometimes when you look at how this social media thing works, right? You realize that except for Nigeria, where there is no law, where there is no nothing, just for the highest bidder, there are some certain things that ordinarily you wouldn't attempt here. So who decide what is free speech and what is libel? What is defamation? The court. That somebody says, I said something. Because I said something to make you feel bad now. What are you going to do? You're going to rush straight to court. I mean, rush straight to the police station and start crying. You see this person in there? So if what he has done is going to hurt his brand, the best thing to do in a more civilized way is what? Sue him and make him recant everything he said about you. And then everybody can move on. He can hurt his brand. Which brand is he hurting? Before now, Before now. Have you heard that Burna Boy's music? People have not been streaming it. Have you heard that, Burna Boy has stopped selling out arenas or selling out stadiums or selling out his shows? But now you see what this is going to be probably afterward. I wish them all what they wish themselves, okay? So free speech is free speech. If anybody feels hot, you don't use the police to harass them. You don't use police to lock them up for 72 hours. It is a Nigerian thing, and it is a gutter behavior. Right? It is a gutter behavior for you to think you can use your influence and lock somebody up, keep them incommunicado for days. It is a gutter behavior. It is a shithole behavior, and it's only suitable for that your contraption, Nigeria. So yeah, You don't have to agree with me, because I will know why. Nigeria is a place where people don't really hate the oppression. They don't really hate all this illegality. What they don't like is when they are not the ones doing it. And that's why you see some of them. You see, if you see the typical Nigerians, if they have 20% or 10% of the type of power that their criminal politicians have, they will do worse. You get that? That's why you see some of them, they will jump onto Mayegun's diary political. When they hear things I say about their criminal leaders, they sometimes in shock. They'll be like, who? Don't come to Nigeria. Because to them, if I come to Nigeria, I don't hurt the feelings of some of them. I've hurt the feelings of their leaders. So the right thing for them to do is the DSS will carry me, lock me up, and keep me incommunicado. Nobody can talk to me. Nobody can see me. And they can even start torturing me because I hurt their feelings. And when they say, why are you, don't you know what that guy did talk about? Every time, have you not seen his videos? He's been calling thiefnubu. He's been calling him drug this. What do you expect? That's why he deserves it. They should beat him up. It is a gutter behavior suitable for your contraption. That's why some of you are hoping and praying that you become rich. You want to become rich so that you can have the connection to show some other people that, yes, you have arrived. It is a gutter behavior. Totally. Yeah? I will leave it like that. I've got a few other things I wanted to add, but my time is so up. So I want to take calls. That will be the time you can possibly call in. But I beg of you, please, if you want to come around and justify any kind of this madness, please do it in a way that it is not like that of Nigerian thing. And you will look at me straight in the face and tell me, if now you could do worse than that. Because some of you will say, if that was me, I will even do more than that. Yes. That's what I'm saying. We are saying the same thing. You will only be able to do more than that in your contraption. Some of you are living abroad. Yeah, I said it yesterday. They took you out of Nigeria, but they never take Nigeria out of you. You are not different from the lunatics, the criminals in charge of that contraption. You are not different. The only difference is that you do not have that influence yet. Okay? And I bet you are praying to have it soon. Where you can have somebody from your house, from your home, and say, he stole from me, that's why I have them beat him up. Or he said something, he insulted me, insulted my mama. I can insult your mama, insult your papa. The right thing to do is not for you to organize people to come and beat me up. If you do that, you have committed a crime. You can't go to police station and say, he insulted my mom. I want you to arrest him. They'll be like, what are you talking about? Yeah, there's this man on social media. He abused my daddy. He abused my mommy. I can't take that. I want you to arrest him. Are you mad? Are you mad? Like, are you mad? It's only a Nigerian thing. It is in your own shit old place, right? That you can say, because somebody, like, you see, I'm a Yoruba man, right? You know what they say? Somebody abuse your papa, abuse your mama. You can't talk, say, your what do you call it? Your last day on earth never reach. You don't reach, you just you avoid them. In Yoruba, what that simply means is that if somebody abuse your mama, abuse your papa, you're supposed to fight them to death. That is a very wrong advice. So if you lay your hands on anybody because they abused your papa, your mama, it is called battery, assault. Do you understand? And that's why it is only limited in that place. And it's unfortunate. One of the reasons why you are where you are. Unfortunate. Right? I'm not saying people should go and abuse anybody's papa, anybody's mama. Don't misunderstand me. What I'm saying is that there are some civilized way of dealing with issue. Right? And sometimes, if you have had a chance of living in a civilized world, civilized place to some extent, there are some level of these things that should please reflect in your life. But if they are not, well, what can we say? I am going to go on a short break. So when I come back, I'll take calls as usual, then we'll call it a night afterward. Good evening. Anyway, thank you so much. And you are all welcome back. I have my first caller this evening, and that would be hello.
Hello, my good general. This
Yes,
is CA from
sir.
Atlanta.
Is that CA?
From Atlanta, yeah.
That's CA from Atlanta. How are you this evening, sir?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for your good job, as always.
Thank you, sir.
I called him because today's topic is, I've been wanting to ask people, is it the law? Maybe you should ask a lawyer. I don't know what's going on in Nigeria.
Okay.
So if I have a problem with you now, I can call the police and they just arrest, pick you up just like that. Is that the law in Nigeria?
That's
Or
the Nigerian
just,
thing. Call police and make them pick me up.
is it a law? Is it under the law? Is it? I mean, I
It's
don't.
not the law. It is Nigerian thing. Even the police don't go know what to sue you for. They wouldn't even know what to charge you for. Police, but they will arrest you first.
Because before this time, Joe to decay, this one arrest, this one arrest.
And now
I was one. So if you don't go and report to police, so automatically they'll pick you up. I don't. Because in those days, I know you don't just pick people and go and lock them up because somebody complaining about you.
They can't know.
I don't know what's going on in Nigeria now.
They can't. Once they report you, they say na petition. They will say somebody petition, and that petition means they must arrest you first. Now later they will come and figure out waiting they won't charge you with.
But it's not supposed to be that way.
It's not supposed to be, but it is Nigerian thing. Even people say, go they ask you, say, now your fault. Why did you say that? Even you just say sorry. Just say sorry, eh? Just say sorry.
Honestly, I've been wanting to ask this question because it keeps happening. Somebody picked up. Means if I call police first, that may anybody up. Doesn't make any sense.
Police first,
Then finally, I think
go on.
It's don't win. Then again, I think Mahmoud, fraudster Mahmoud, should go and learn from River State how to conduct election. He should be moved to River State. Let Fubara teach Mahmoud how to conduct election. That's just my own suggestion because if he's still governor, can
take another one there. So CA is pretty much like asking a new question here. And the answer is very simple. It is a Nigerian thing. Now, person will first call police. Now he be the winner. So the police will first arrest you first before asking questions. Hello.
My king.
Your prince.
My king is your boy, your lawyer boy from Sweden.
That's Prince Adebayo from Sweden. How are you this evening, sir?
Yes, my king. My king, I'm good, my king. You know, I say I should call you today because that space is becoming more and more toxic, more and more free for all, more and more
lawless, That space is where, that's why many Nigerians, this thing that's happening between Burnaboy and the Darlington, to tell you the truth, that boy, that Prince Darlington, I don't really see the guy as a true entertainer. He's just some, anybody can make money from the internet these days. If you are, yes, exactly. If you are shameless, if you don't have shame, or those people who their parents didn't train well, and you have access to internet, you can be doing rubbish, and the people will be just be watching you. That's how I see that guy. He should not be taken serious. But when I saw the videos that you played today, honestly, I was shocked that guy could go to that extent. The kind of, I don't know what he and Burnaboy were doing, but what was he saying? Those kind of things. I mean,
other ones is so it's not today, right? He's been trolling. There's even a video where he said he will leave a bullet inside Burnaboy. These are things, okay? Ordinarily, me say I don't go look away. But why go and get the police to go and lock him up? That's where he messed up.
That's the thing that I'm telling you. That space, many Nigerians who are abroad, they like Nigeria the way it is because one, the money has dropped, and two, they can go there and pick anybody.
Yes, now. Show anybody anything that
they can go there and pick anybody.
The police did.
They go pay them. They can go there. The way they carry them, they go there because of the dead money. That's why they like Nigeria to be like that. But it's a lawless place. The place needs to be changed. We need to restore that place to law and order, so that this kind of things cannot be. Burnaboy cannot do that in Europe.
He cannot
do that now. Cannot do that now. Hide somebody from any. The law says if police hold somebody after 48 hours, if you don't take the person to court, you free the person.
You have to release him.
Which one is 4 days, 5 days? Come hold me there.
And they even kept him incommunicado. They all switched off his phones. Nobody knew where he was. They were looking for him. What the heck, man?
That now brings me to the Wike saga. The same thing. If you see what Burnaboy did now, everybody is a tyrant by his own level.
Now everybody's a law to himself in that country.
Everybody's a law to himself. So the same thing we are complaining about Wike is the same thing everybody doing. They will say government is bad. Government. Everybody, every Nigerian that's lived in that space, if you give them a chance, they can do worse than this current government. I'm scared of the youth that are coming to take power, that are fighting to take power. I'm scared of them too. That brings me to this Wike thing. I'm suspecting that the way we can take back Nigeria is the way Fubara took River State from Wike and gathered it with all the local government, you see all the people that came out. That's the way the whole of Nigeria need to come out and take back this country from this government. Otherwise, the country is gone.
Totally.
That space is the space where it's a free for all. And those who put them there from overseas, they are overlords.
Yeah.
They want that place to be like that so that they can put pipe and take our oil.
For this platform before that a lot of us we are big men back in Nigeria. And that is why we want it to remain like that. Because if Nigeria should change, like everybody is busy. Who will be our drivers? Who will be our Oloshos that you can give chicken? Who will be Olosho? Who are those who are going to be our Iran boys and girls? And everybody will tell you that Nigeria is the best place. Nigeria is the best place to enjoy your money.
You the best place.
When you make your money, what do they mean? It's a place where you can do anyhow.
You can do anyhow. There will be no consequences. You will carry 5 police to follow you and you will shoot bullets for him. You will carry 5 local, 5 people will follow you for bar. You will go anywhere. Because Nigeria money is dead now. If you bring small cash from here, you will change that. You will full everywhere. They're a big man. That's why all these kind of things they are doing. See, anybody make money now, you just do anyhow. Look at what, how can you just go and hide somebody like that? A civilized person. All these people say, well,
you can't do it, Baba. You can't go online. Can't they ask who is missing? Who is
exactly
missing? Like
exactly.
What the hell, man?
What the hell? See how the guy's mother is crying.
Yeah.
I'm scared of that space.
should.
I'm really scared of that state. No, you should be scared of Nigerian big men because those ones who are even in that place, who made money in Nigeria, who have not gone abroad, so they've not even seen civilized life. You should be more scared of them because those ones are more dead.
I mean, they can be.
They are more deadly. They are more deadly. They can be forgiven, but they are more deadly.
Omonile, arrested person where you send land to for complaining too much. You sold land to somebody who just came back from abroad and he decided to go to police station to report you. Now, when the police got here, they say, Oga, Eyini, I want to they arrested the person who called the police. Land grab,
Nigerian big
who is
man.
selling land of other people. He arrested one of the people he sold to.
Olenu now. Olenu.
I know say na you, Oga, enter car. You are a criminal. I said, what? I brought you here to come and arrest him. I said, can't enter car. Arrest who?
Baba, for my koro front, somebody called police for somebody when I was still back there in Nigeria. And the person he called the police for is a big man. The person came outside, the police saw the man, the man said to the man, do you want to do this? Do you want us to go this route? He told the police, you guys, go back to the station. You want to do it like this? Baba, the police, they went back. The man went back into his house. I'm going to police station to bring police.
People will tell you that now you see what cause problem. You shouldn't have invited the police to this matter. You should have let the police now your land don't go. Say what? Yeah, it don't go. I'm gonna tell you my own story, right? Quickly before you go. See that my land I always talk about, okay? When I bought the land.
Yes.
So we had a lawyer who signed on behalf, who took our files, okay? After I paid. The family that sold the land signed. Me that bought the land signed. So the lawyer signed. So when maybe 3 years later, right? Another people now came and they said they are taking my land from me. So I now asked people to go and call the lawyer. Do you remember that lawyer? You know his chamber. I say yes. They went to the guy. The guy said they promised him one plot of land. The family promised him one plot. They don't give him. So all those documents is signed. He didn't sign anything anymore. Everybody no come here. Lawyer. So we that bought the land now, we are the ones that will now bear the consequences.
That lose.
They don't give you one plot of land they promised you. Say no, not come in office again. What about this document? Your signature did there. He said, no signature. Nothing. Get out of my office. What? Nigeria.
Nigeria, anything can happen. Everybody, if you want to be safe in Nigeria, what you just enter. Go and make friends with one police commissioner or one soldier that is high ranking, so that if you have small problem, you see everybody be calling who they know. Now who you know?
So it's on real place, man. Baba. Anyway, thank you so much.
On real place.
God bless you. That's a good one. So I've got Daniel on the line. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Maigun. Good evening.
Sir.
This is Hold Up. Yeah, I'm fine.
Grant.
You know, this River State issue reminds me of what Fela used to say, that demonstration of grace. You can read that people, Nigerians are not patriotic, right? The only thing that governs that country is impunity and their so-called, money, right? So the more you have, the more you'll be able to amass commodity, and the commodity is the people, right? So you can imagine how could people who left government and then they started burning, destroying what they've built, everything. So what does that mean? What does that tell us? It means there's no little amount of patriotism, nation building spirit in any one of these people. Right? So, and this is exactly what will destroy Nigeria eventually, because people can see how people are getting to power, how they've been, getting to power. And then that is what they're going to be replicating. and it will only get worse. Yeah, it will only get worse. It can't get better, Mr. Marigo.
Not this way. Not this way. Not
It
this way.
can't
This
get better.
mindset.
So
Everybody is
it
just
is
waiting for
either
their own turn. Baba and I,
yeah,
all
it
of
is
us, you see, one thing about us is that we always sort of, we are in unison when we say these people are corrupt, until when the searchlight is beamed on some people that we also love or we respect, everybody will begin to change their tongue. You know what? Don't talk like that. Sometimes we say, what? Why are you changing it? Why are you changing the position again?
Yeah.
Unreal,
because
man.
there's no because there's no, they don't, they don't have this pride, like be real to yourself, be truthful to the end, right? We're not going to live in this world forever.
No.
Right? The people who are advantageous now are the people who know one commissioner or who know one ex-president or governors and whatever, so they can be flexing their muscle that way. And how many percentage, how long can this last for? That's the reason why they will continue to deprive people from going to school, because the less educated people, I mean ordinary basics, basic education, the less that is, the better it is for them to continue in this, this type of governance and this this type of thing that they are doing. So I mean, how are we going to see end in sight? Is like
it can be exhausting, I know. Well, we thank God that there are some of us as well who have remained more sort of steadfast, pointing out all the wrongs. We are not perfect, but we are doing our best to at least not to continue the tradition of that wrongful or wrongdoings. So maybe one day when we get to that critical mass of people who understand the consequences of enabling these bad behaviors, like when we start cutting that number down, then maybe we will kind of achieve a different sort of situation, I would say. But you're right.
Well, yeah, well, it's not as easy as we are saying. It's when people become exposed to power and they know that, wow, they have it all, they are the one in charge, people will change. People change. And of course, there's no institution, there's nobody, everybody has been bought, into it. Is very hard, unless people can follow the idea of the man Shiore, kind of, because it's truly saying the truth. I mean, that is a bitter truth that people need to understand, follow, because the way things is going now, it will only get worse, and people will be dying, and then the people who know their way around, we muzzle out the people who doesn't, less privileged, and then at some point, they've already said, things will get worse, like IT, or it might not be, but I'm pretty sure towards the end of Tinubu's or whatever, because Tinubu will want to muzzle everybody, but there's no way you can be so perfect that at some point there will be people will have enough. In fact, in between, in within your inner carcass there, come on, they will see, they will, bad people watching bad people, so they will destroy themselves eventually. And then by the people who are not patriotic, so you can imagine. So it will only take few seconds for them to make that decision that let's bomb all this Aso Rock and this, destroy everything actually. you know, burn it down because
take another one, Daniel. Thank you very much. Okay,
nobody cares now.
Do well.
All right. Yeah. Good night.
You see, one thing there is that it won't continue like this. As they say, anarchy looms. Anarchy looms. You see, this anarchy we're talking about is not something that's going to just happen. Even though when it does finally happen, it's going to be like spontaneous, but it's not spontaneous. It's building up. It is building up. Like a Zent will say that, you know, peeling the back of a tree. You're peeling it and peeling it and peeling it. But most people won't see it that way until the tree falls, Iroko tree. I say, Iroko don't fall. When you go back and check it, you see the sign that it's been like people have been peeling it and peeling it and peeling it, and it's been going tinier and tinier and tinier. So the day it falls, like the implosion, that's when a lot of people will see. You say, that's what we are saying. It's you know, revolution must be spontaneous. No, it builds up. Adeola.
Baba, how far? Ekale Kusho.
Ekale, how are you tonight, Baba?
I'm fine. All these shenanigans. Some Nigeria always give you content, man. They are very generous with content.
I tell you, now we go tired. I told people, somebody said that, like, you know, this whole thing, you're going to get tired. I said, no. I mean, like, Nigeria will never stop giving. It is a gift that will keep giving, like a charm will say.
It's a very generous system when it comes to things like this. Yeah, so, you know, hopefully I wouldn't, you know, speak for too long tonight. You know, it's just probably want to, you know, point out some few things, you know. I would say, you know, with this Burna and Speed Darlington thing, it's too far. We shouldn't even go too far. You know, with them, you know, there are other layers, you know, and that real layer is the weaponization of our police and our military against people by the rich. The resources of the country is at disposal of anyone of the highest bidder.
And it shouldn't
be. That is the real problem, the weaponization. With the weaponization, so Michael, now, if I don't like you now, I will just call police. If I have the means, I will call police. They can carry you now, lock you up, push you around, you know, give you beating. So it's just a pure weaponization. We've weaponized it. Look at Hush Puppy's time now. Maybe he weaponized it against one of his guys.
I mean, you remember that of Puppy?
Now, so we shouldn't even go too far.
It was FBI that exposed that to us, Abi. How they use the system to pick person when I don't like.
Baba, may we not even go too far with all this Burna and Speedy. It's too, you know, you are going well advanced. There's no point, you know, there are many instances whereby people have weaponized state police, or not state police, but people have weaponized the authorities against poor people. It's just the weaponization, and that is, it has all the markings of dystopia. My God, this is dystopia. You know, because you know, it doesn't make any sense for someone to wake up because he has the means and weaponize the police or the army or the armed forces, whatever, against another person. That is just
they don't even see the bad in it. Some of them are already explaining the fact that but he was the one who's, we agreed. He said things. Of course, there are evidence of that.
See, Michael, we are going too far. You know, there is the you know, when you have a problem, the outcome is Hush Puppy and his cohorts, Burnaboy and Speed Darlington. That is the outcome of what we have. So we are not really, let's not talk about you know the aftermath. Let's talk about the real problem. This is dystopia. It does not make sense whereby you can wake up in the morning because you believe you have the means, someone hits your car and you instantly weaponize the police against the person that hit your car.
Because you have the means.
Because you supposedly you have the means. Because we're not sure if the next person that, you know, the person that hit you has more means than you or knows more people than you. My God, that is dystopia. We are living in dystopia. And that for me is real, is the real issue.
Police force that is completely like
it's to the highest bidder. So if you have the means, Michael, you can wake up in the morning. That means, see, Michael, the interpretation is that the courts don't even work. That means you can get judgment before the law, the courts. And you are telling me, see, Michael, Nigeria is not even a competent jurisdiction. So when people say, oh, you know, we go to a court of competent jurisdiction, it's not even a jurisdiction.
Maybe that's why
it's not even a jurisdiction.
Hands, you know,
it's not even a jurisdiction because Lord Lucas' wife has made it clear in the book of tropical dependency. She said it clearly in the book. Nigeria is not even a real place.
No.
So you can't even have a court of competent jurisdiction. So you can bypass the courts, Maigun, weaponize the police.
Somebody up. That's not new. That's
indefinitely. Maigun, you feel send person to jail indefinitely in Nigeria.
Yeah, now.
They feel lost key.
I say I have somebody in prison.
They feel lost key for a matter. You know, some people until that person dies, until the person when lucky don't die, make allow you go now. Only run yourself berry below. My that is dystopia. God bless you, sir. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Baba, God bless you, sir. Bye.
God bless you as
Bye,
well, Baba. So people need to understand what this means, okay? It's not that we are trying to support Darlington and the nonsense, okay? I said this from the beginning that, listen, if somebody said all those horrible things to me like that, I would likely act as well. But I won't act in a way to go and pay the police to make them disappear for days. Doing that is gutter behavior. And it shouldn't be associated with somebody who has probably lived in this civilized world. You have been living in Nigeria where dog eats dog. Okay, fine. Even though it's not really fine. But yeah, it's understandable. Or somebody with the... come on, man. Anyway, hello there. Oh, sorry. I think I couldn't add... I mean, the network won't let you get added up. I hope it connects this time. Hello.
Hello, my brother.
How you doing?
Baba deal,
I just deal same old though. Ahmed.
Baba. Barkade.
But I mean, would I say
Inauni. Now evening we day Inauni.
Okay, no, Inakwana, so Inauni.
Inakwana na morning. Lafia kala okana na lafia.
Lafia kalau ya mata ya aiki, yeah.
Lafia kalau everything. Lafia kalau
madala.
Yawa. Sanu.
Ahmed.
Yawa my.
Go for it.
Ka fara kokari yayi.
And that is
I talk ka fara kokari, you don't try.
Thank you. Small. You should be calling in every now and then so that at least I won't be missing all the lines, you know.
No, but me I just didn't be say here they are happy, but as in the thing be say wiki I don't declare. Yeah, I don't declare. So go and call all the things when you don't drink, when you don't smoke, when you don't swallow. If now winch, the winch don't deliver him now, you go believe. She no be here now, no be here we day when you do Amechi. So it shouldn't be a surprise now if it happen to them. It should be nobody is in support because we know they are all the same, they are all power drunk. But the way Wike was acting, Wike can they act like saying now one kind God we don't know, as in we will not understand. But in I don't declare that one aside. Burnaboy hospitality case. That one as today, you know as Nigeria be now. And some people they no fit take some kind things, but as Burnaboy they claim, you know, as him they claim the way they do, me I believe saying as something we say if you come Nigeria, go look for Darlington. Normal.
You get
because now one thing when they always sing about all this oppression, all these things, but now in don't do them. I'm not supporting what Darlington said because that now you are tarnishing his image. You don't even know like how would you come out and when I saw the video I was like why this guy
it's so foolish of a
like
thing to say.
That's so foolish. Because of likes and comments or whatever. I don't know why some people just do some things. But then I mean, going to go kidnap him, you can do it the right way. You can swim. If you don't want to swim, you want to show him that you are bigger. I mean, come out, come. Me, na normal thing, no. If you say waiting, now to just pack gloves, can't give you.
That's another thing too, right? But because it's
Baba, you wouldn't want to have a
one-on-one, so you can rather call the police or call the court guys. He's been bragging about his courtist group as well. Big seven. Is real.
You understand? On, man. You understand? I go pack police come, make anybody no follow join. I go pack police come. That time he make the come surround us. I go give you gloves. Waiting you talk.
Man to man.
I go make sure say I box down your mouth well, make blood come out for your mouth. Now two fighting, cause case. When it comes to two fighting, cause case, that kind one, when you do and that kind thing, next time he go find himself, they talk anyhow. You waiting, you they preach now, go they genuine say you they sing against this oppressive system. You know, you get the opportunity to oppress them.
Don't treat it that one different.
You get chance to use and oppress them, but you should say nothing undo this thing man to man, normal. Me now wait I did for that too. Toba pay will in here. Oh yeah, if you go beat me, no Allah. If I go beat you, oh yeah, I go pack gloves, come moya do am sharp. But say can they use the system, you know, something that you preach about and you are also using it doesn't make sense. That's hypocritical. So in a hypocrisy, and that is to show you a typical Nigeria. That's how typical Nigerians behave. They talk about things, but they don't really act the way they talk about those things. What they do is a different thing, which that's the problem. And it's already embedded in the system. Only God now if he save them. Okay. And I then go save themselves. God no go come down from top, come save them. So now wait till me, I just say make I add with that.
Ahmed, thank you. At least we know whatever we say here may not have a bigger impact on the bigger population. We just want people to know that there are some certain things that are normalized in Nigeria. They are not normal. Now, if you have lived in a civilized place, right? There are some certain things
they get people where we say normally they could come my page, come insult. I go tell you, say, look. I have the opportunity because if you are talking about say DSS, I have access to a lot of them. I can put them out. They will look for you. They will fuck you up.
Because
but guess what? I don't go to that one.
Cost now.
Me, Baba, look.
Free.
Baba, I swear to God, me, you know, go cost me anything.
You get?
I get guys who they inside DSS where they work. Where we say
you live in a civilized place that if people find out later that you are doing something like that, they'll be disappointed in you.
They go tell me say, like give us him to go look for person. I say no. If me they talk about things like this and I can't they act that way, you know, go look me as hypocrite.
Exactly.
Just but the day where I enter come, me I go feel look for her, I go post, I go tell her so you more meet for so place. If
like somebody tell you now, you are somebody who says if they born your papa well, come Kaduna. And you're like, hey, me.
If I can't come,
okay, I will come Kaduna. When I come Kaduna, I go look for you. We go settle them.
I go look for
different.
I made a post and I said, look, you where they talk, no worry. Anytime when I come, me I go post them. I will show you. Then I will ask you for address. I will give you location.
So you won't say that thing to my face again.
Come talk to my face. Make I understand. Say your papa and your mama them born you well. Now from there you go come understand. Say me self where they talk. They born me well where they talk. Where they talk with they talk or they no born me well. Man can't see who they want over balla baba any to buy law me.
Oh no,
see who you
just use money to come on, man. People should see to that.
You understand? So me, I believe. I don't want to say I believe in my fists. You understand? Oh, see, now street to. I mean, I sabi fight to. I know say, I know strong part.
I used to be like that.
People they will go beat me. You understand? But forget me, self. I go beat you. Even you go beat me, I go beat you. That one day, I believe that kind of thing. If I know this, I know say I be fight you strength to strength. No Allah now. No Allah now.
I'll take another one. All right. How every.
I do body don't they still they learn how to work now.
Bless you. Anyway, no go Nigeria. No go set fighting date with anybody for now, okay? So
no. How can you come? I don't want to lose.
No.
I don't want
anybody just win you like that.
Yeah,
You much. Anyway, take it easy, man. Okay.
I know.
You have a good one.
Yes.
Yes, Ahmed. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have just about 15 minutes to go now. And within that 15 minutes, you would have a chance of adding your own voice to this chat this evening. I think sometimes I'm going to try to leave controversial chats or controversial gists like this Burnaboy this or Falan or that. I'm going to kind of start making them the first set of my convo so that I won't leave them to the last, so that a lot of you will not make all your contribution based on that last gist. See, we are all from that place. I am from Nigeria. There's nothing that some of us don't know exists in that place. What we are saying is that if we condemn a system that is being used to oppress us, but meanwhile, some of us are practically little Hitler in our own way. We all want to have money. We all want to get fame so that we will not take rubbish. That's what we call it. I won't take any rubbish from anybody. Now, it's good not to take any rubbish from anybody. Oh, fantastic. But if you're not taking rubbish, simply means to use the same institution, the same corrupt institutions in Nigeria, the police, the army, the DSS, the judiciary, to deal with the people that offend you in a way that we know we normally do, then you are not different from those criminals in that contraption. I swear you are not. But you don't have to agree with me. Or you can even agree with me that, yes, I'm not different. That's why I work hard to build my name. I won't let anybody soil my name. I won't let anybody soil my name too. But there is a way to go about it. And that way to go about it is not really the way some of you want to, because it's not a Nigerian way. The Nigerian way to go about it is not we'll deal with them. Tell them to pick you up, or buy your whole family. I can buy your entire family. I say, why are you even saying that? A typical Nigerian will say, I can buy your entire family. I say, come on. You can't buy anybody's family. This is not 1890 or 1820, where people they buy, people they buy human beings. They go buy papa, buy mama, buy all the children, go put them inside the slave camp. Come on. Why do you even have the mentality to say you want to buy anybody because you have money? I can make you disappear. I can lock you up and throw the key away. No, you can't. You are going to need to use the corrupt system to lock somebody up and throw the keys away. And some of you are working hard to kind of get that kind of influence. And then Nigerians, you hear things like, do you know who you are talking to? Papa, who you be? Who you be? Say, now me you talk, say who I be. Me, big ego, Ashala, because you are a courtist, or you know some court guys, or maybe you know some people in the DS and all that kind of stuff, right? So if you have left that contraption, you are living in a supposed civilized world, right? There's always a time for you to kind of reflect on that and say, man, there are some certain things that doesn't really suit a society, and these are the things, the abnormalities that make up that contraption to what it is. As they say, your godfather self get godfather. Is that not crazy? Say my godfather self get godfather. So where you think say your own power stop, another person power starts. And then what power? Why is everything power, influence? I have the police commissioner number. I have this number. They say, I watch what you say. Oh, this says so and so. They have so power. They can send. These ones, they can kill you and nobody go ask them. Oh. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, Sha. See, that is why something about me is that I detest people who uses the corrupt system of Nigeria, right, to oppress others. Whatever anybody does to me, I would rather take it up in such a way that, like, I don't know. I won't use violence on anyone. There is always that option. Of course, there is always that option. I won't use that violence on anyone except it's the last resort. So if I want to use any violence on anyone, it's going to be the supposed criminal politicians and their friends. It was like the time when they said they are going to, hang on, why is, what's going on that some of you can't get your calls through? I'm so sorry if you have been trying to call in and your number is not coming through. Chike, my brother, sir. That's Chike, my man. Chike is on this night. So Chike, thank you very much for that, okay? I have a caller. I don't know if this caller, if I was being flashed.
Hello.
Yeah, or it's just the network. How are you, sir?
What's going on, man?
Mommy, I just do like, I know they pass my boundary. How your side, sir?
I appreciate taking my call.
Thank you so much for calling in. Please.
Just talking about this whole thing with Darlington and Burnaboy. I think nobody actually will ever be on the side of Darlington.
You get what I mean?
But
it's so distasteful, all the nonsense he said, honestly.
Because if you actually been in the Western world, or you've actually been you've traveled, and he's traveled, Burnaboy has been everywhere.
Everywhere, Baba.
There's a law in the United States. A public figure. There's no way you can sue anybody. Anybody that is lesser than you, if you are influential,
yes,
and you are a public figure, you can't sue.
Do you know the tons of people? How many?
Yeah. Do you know the number of people that actually made video on Jay-Z? Regarding this
who have said horrible things about Jay-Z, Beyonce. How many they won't sue?
He can't. The only people that he could sue is probably maybe Tyrese or maybe Rihanna. People that actually, within the same level. If they say the same thing, if they said trashy things about you, then you can go ahead and sue them. You don't expect the guy that sells, that is doing mom and pop on the street. You don't expect the guy that is just, you can't sue. If you're a public figure here, you can't sue. Because how do you expect him to get a lawyer?
Somebody is doxing you and your family, posting your family information online. You only report to the police, and the state can take care of them. You know, even you suing them.
Yeah, except maybe there's a threat.
A threat to your life, exactly.
There's threat to your profits. That is when you can okay, now I think I have to put my foot on the door and stop what's going on. So it's horrible that we have a system. I don't blame Burnaboy. It's because of we have these politicians that have actually opened up this leeway that people could just do whatsoever they want, because they're taking opportunity. They're actually using the same means to harass the citizen. If you say anything about any of the politicians, they send their dogs to harass you, to come after you. It's barbaric, and I don't know. That's why I keep saying, look.
You see, people need to understand that. See, saying this now is just a lesson to a lot of us who kind of have that same thing, that same level of world view, right? To say, see, there is except your, like you put it, sir, except you are in the same level with this person, right? Or this person is actually putting out something that endangers your family. You have made the whole thing worse for yourself, as I see it.
Absolutely.
Because now the whole international community, they will be reading about how Burnaboy used Nigeria police to lock somebody up for 72 hours.
That's the second
without taking him to court.
It's like actually, I don't know if maybe anything that happens outside the United States actually applies here. I don't know about that. But if it does apply, he's in soup. Burnaboy is in a mess. And that is why you see all these big brands. They don't go after these small boys. They won't go because they will overstep their boundary, and that person, you just enrich that person.
You can't kill an ant with a
because you look, there will be more than 1,000 lawyers. They are ready to take up the case. So I hope the case does not apply here. If it does, he's screwed. He's done.
People don't understand.
That guy, he could probably cough out like almost 100 million because they weigh him out like, okay,
settlement. You see, the guy himself. Yeah, the guy himself is an American, right? That's Speed Darlington is an American. So all he has to do is just go back to the States, speak to one or two lawyers, put together the whole trauma he passed through.
Options. Yeah.
That's it.
Where is options? And if it's possible, look, you have more than 1,000 lawyers that are like, look, you have a case here. Let's take it up.
But Nigerians
you
don't
have a case
that.
here. Let's take it up.
Now you get something to lose. You don't get anything.
I keep telling people, if you don't have a thick skin, don't come online. Just if you don't have thick skin to hold up this thing, do not come online. If you come online, people will. You don't have to.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't have to step on them. They will step on you. They'll step on you and put your eyes in your face. But people just because we live in a country where people just we don't have laws. We have laws. I don't even have laws. We don't even have laws.
I mean, police Nigeria can help you lock anybody up for days.
Let me tell you, I was living with my uncle pretty much very long time.
Right.
And I don't know what we did with his son. I don't know what we did. You know what he did? He put us on a bike and took us to the police station. And they put tear gas on our face.
Really?
Yeah. Just to tell you how horrible the system is. Just to tell you how
you will see police officer will be threatening you. And you'll be like, God, what did I do? I don't even know you, Oga. I don't even know you. Why are you so aggressive towards me? Why are you so angry? If you try anything, I will shoot you. I said, okay, why are you angry? Like, I mean, you. It's unreal, Baba. It's an unreal place, man.
So it's horrible. So at the second day, I was trying to. There's a lady that called some time ago. She was talking about, and look, that woman really spoke my mind. And she was saying something about, she said, look, what are the men doing about this situation of breaking out of Nigeria? And she was like, what are men do? Like the men around, what are they doing? What are we looking at? I was actually touched. I was like, if a woman could come up, I think about 2 or 3 women said something like that. They're like, what are the men doing? You guys are we're just talking. I understand there's planned this whole thing. But if women could start coming up and start saying, what are we doing? What are the men looking at? Let's do something. I think it's high time we should speed up this whole thing. I mean, I'm going to look, Boko Haram have actually given us a pretext on how to deal with Nigerian government. They've given us a pretext. All you just need to do is overwhelm the security system, and you're good to go. So,
it's all about mindset as well. That is why we are hoping that.
Look at this. I'm even going to look. You don't even have to. Sometimes you don't have to be physical. You don't have to even present yourself. You don't have to be there. Technology has gone so far. If you really want to disrupt the system in Nigeria, the security apparatus in Nigeria, technology is drone.
But that is the one that is always kind of shocking me. But
there's so many things to go
about this capacity. I was like, listen, we have a situation whereby you have these crooks, right, who have been milking the system, and we have all these smart ass guys all over the place, right? But I haven't seen a situation whereby a politician, for example, right, comes out and cries out that they've emptied all of his offshore accounts, all of his this and that, and just scream out. But he can't cry. You know that kind of thing. He can't cry because they are stealing money, right? I haven't seen anything like that.
You know why you would see is because these things are not actually in their names. They've actually probably
but people can find out. You get what I mean? Like people can trace all these things and still trace it to them and find out who are those fronting for them. Guys can do that.
It has to be people that are actually close to them. They'll be loyal to, they'll actually be loyal to your cause, like the cause we have. If you can somehow, these things are very, you have to look for someone, probably maybe they are maltreating or someone they are not treating right. And just, there has to be a crack to get it.
There has to be a crack.
You have to look for a crack, just to get it, The moment you get a crack, you can just, look for someone that, of course, the person will actually need something to actually give you what you want.
We should be ready to hood of this 21st century, right?
Absolutely.
And just kind of
seriously,
I mean, I don't want to say much before YouTube will be like, what are you doing? Don't say that.
There's sometimes I called some time ago.
But you get the drift, right? You get what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. There. Seriously.
Because sometimes you don't even have to be there physically before you actually unleash the discomfort of them too.
There is no. I just people looking at Nigerian government. It is so poor. It is the easiest place you can get have your way, and nobody will know. You go into the court. You don't even have to go in. All you just put things in place, and you'll be here. Put things in place, and you'll be here. Take out everything, and you're here. You take out everything.
Let me take another one, Baba. I love this. Okay, thank you so much, and you have a good one too.
I appreciate it, boss.
Nice one, sir. Thank you so much. I do have another caller, but I want to say thank you to my super chatters, okay? E82, All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa. That's my guy there. Thank you very much for that. Latu, Haruno, Saithi, thank you too for this. So yeah, your boo, they say even your boo gets another boo. Your best friend gets another friend. So that's what Nigeria is, so to say. So just be careful who you pay and you are loyal to, okay? Again, let's have it. Hello, sir.
Yeah, Mayagu. Good evening from here. It's MOG. Mayagu. Thank you. You know, I want to just say something about. I observed something in River State. You know,
right?
The guy Tijoke from Obiabo. I'm seeing like Fubara is going to have another week from that guy. I don't know if it's going to change tomorrow. Because the way he's talking, it's like he knows this. He's an insider. He knows them very well. You see the way he's even talking, calling weak self. He's not even. There's no fear. There's nothing like the way Fubara always say Oga. As of yesterday, Fubara was still 2 days ago. Fubara was still calling Wike Oga upon everything he did. But this guy Tijoke, the local government chairman from Obiabo, he's so bold. It's not what he did. He said, tomorrow morning I'm going to remove this name.
They've removed it too.
And I believe he's doing it immediately.
I said they've removed it this morning already.
You see?
It's part of some of the clips I wanted to share this night, but I'm thinking I'm going to hold it to tomorrow because I want to hear more from what Wike had to say this night. Then tomorrow, right, I'll bring you a few more. Yeah, it's removed it already. They've renamed the place.
Yeah, like Wike has nothing to say, Mayegu, because from the broadcast you did today, they have power to do to burn down 4 local government out of 23. That means Wike is not even popular anymore. Oh. And you can see on the street, River State, they hate Wike so much because Wike power got into his head. He messed up. So he's thinking that like everybody can be put into a boss and see the way the guy was talking to him. And you will see what will happen in the next few days. All those his supporters, they will catch them. Like the boy said, River State is not where you can run away because those guys they're like South Africans. They don't go out. They just be in that state, eating money, like oil money, small token they're giving to them. They don't go out. That's what they live on. Understand me? So those guys that did this thing, as they know them, they will find it difficult to be comfortable in another place. And Wike cannot take them in Abuja because Wike doesn't have power anymore now. Like River State politics is for the federal, not for River State itself. That's what they are hustling for, you know. So that one is for by the way, something with Abi and Darlington. When I saw this news this morning, I was like, Burnaboy, why do you do this thing? Abi has nothing to lose, you know. But not that Abi, what Abi said for me. If Abi says something like that, if I'm in his level, I cannot even call police. I can meet him on the street. We do it. We set camera. I can fight him on the street because he was talking to my mother, but not a person in Burnaboy. Because that's one brand. Burnaboy they just gave Burnaboy last few months ago. Hugo Boss. When you look at the picture of people that are there, I think Hugo Boss tried to protect gentlemen on that thing. So what Burnaboy did can cause him a lot of endorsement he have. And Abi, look at Abi. Abi is already on the ground.
He's just a social media cloud chaser.
Yes.
I wanted to be like, we don't know if he's a musician, a comedian, or something. You have a brand to protect. You shouldn't put your name and names together in this manner.
But the problem we have in Nigeria is like we a lot of now we worship money so much. We just see money. We don't see the repercussion. Like in this abroad we are now. A lot of Nigerians are in prison because of nothing, because of life we are living in Nigeria before. That came with us in abroad that never left us. That's what little mistake. Some of us are in prison. Understand? Like for example, for my own experience, I happened to do something with one guy last Christmas. So and I sent my friend to go and take care of those things for me. This guy now, this thing started taking long time. You know, there's police case, a lot of things. I said, oh, my guy, wait. This this thing will be okay. The guy never called me to threaten me. You know what this guy did? He now gave the person I sent a message. He went to police. He went to anti-court and bring somebody outside and gave the person the guy telephone number. The police guy started threatening the guy. I was like, I told the guy, okay, since it's like this now, so I want you to go to so place. I want you to go and make an entry in headquarters that somebody is like this is threatening you. When you want to deliver this message so that they will not harass you because you know nothing about this thing. So I now said, okay, can you give me that number? Let me call the person. When I called this guy, he wanted to tell me he's a police officer. I said, how long have you been a policeman? He said, 6 years ago. I said, what is your rank? He said, corporal. I said, my brother, do you want to put yourself in problem? You are threatening somebody that something you don't know anything about. Had it been, we called you, if I didn't call you now, we took you to police station, the higher officer, and make entry for you to come there and explain why you are threatening this person with gun and other things. What will you say? He said, my brother, please, he never told me all this story you are telling me. He lied to me. You see, this is exactly what Burnaboy did. He took his men to go and arrest, kidnap somebody, put him on, without telephone, without nothing. He's kidnapping.
Locked him up until they raised alarm that he's been missing. That's when they now said, it's the police. It's because I said, no, it doesn't work that way, man.
He's kidnapping. Right. Now, Abby, I don't know how it works in America. Abby is now an American citizen. Although they may claim that this thing happened in Nigeria, but this thing happened online, which is global. And the picture and video, Abby can sue him, can disturb his brand, is Burnaboy more than Jay-Z and Beyonce and all the people that are calling their names in this saga. Burnaboy made mistake for my own take. I don't know about any other person.
That they make content about on this PDD stuff. Yeah. I have seen a lot of things they've said about other people. Obama, Clinton, exactly. All this, they've mentioned so many of them who have taken pictures with PDD on this matter. So why would you? Well, it's a Nigerian thing.
It's a Nigerian thing, but he forgot that he's an international guy, and for where he is now, no brand would like to take such thing from such person as an ambassador. Thank you, Mayagu.
God bless you, MOG. You do well. Okay, thank you so much for calling in. Our time is very much up, and I wish we could take more, but I think everybody will still pretty much just say their piece. And most of it will be on this Wike and Burnaboy. You know what we're going to do, right? We can continue this tomorrow, okay? If you didn't have a chance of contributing this night, okay, we shall have another time tomorrow. And you can always call in as well, right? Hopefully tomorrow afternoon, we can try to take calls. So to everybody in the temple tonight, thank you so much for being part of this. And if it is not controversial, then it is not worthy of your time. On Mayegun's Diary Political, sometimes it can be very comical to relax us, and at the same time, it can be very, very much like a heightened, where everybody is agitated, those who are against and those who are in support. That's what makes this platform interesting, okay? Nothing really personal per se. Tomorrow will be another day. Enjoy the rest of the evening. I will see you again. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe é àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary. tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun diary politico.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.